Evans' three-point shot.
It's a powering shot, baby.
The following is a production of the Rough Rider broadcast team, a presentation of Watlington and Shires Productions.
Potato salad if you want.
Good evening, Rough Rider fans. Welcome back. I'm Chris Watlington. It's week 4 of the Rough Rider season and almost a month since we were here in center playing Tatum.
I appreciate it very much, but I mean, thank you very much.
It's also been
A cup of coffee might be more than I can get done today.
How long has it been since you heard Rob Payne?
Good evening, Mr. Watlington, and you know that week, well, it's good to meet you.
Trevor said something about it.
So that week 1 win against the Eagles was something. Our 80 points was more than anyone in the state scored that night. And I left the stadium wondering if we'd seen a fluke or if that was really what the Riders were going to do, score 50 or more every week. Well, Watlington, so far that's what they've done. 80 points, and then 66, then 52. That's a lot.
Correct, Mr. Bailey. 198 points in 2 games. At this point, no other 4A team in either division has scored 80 in a game, and the team closest to over 198. There's a couple in the 160s, but no one else is close. Offensively, this team is special.
Defensively, though, not special. Center has scored 198 in 3 weeks, but they've given up 63 points, then 20 against a lowly Spring Hill team, and then 57 last week. That's 140 points in 2 weeks. That's an awful lot. But, Chris, you and the broadcast team watched last week's 57 points, and you were encouraged. How's that?
It sounds strange, I know, but last week's opponent over in Louisiana is a notorious scorer of points, routinely doing what we're doing this season. Those 57 points included 2 non-offensive scores, so knock it down to 43 against the defense, and our defenders produced multiple turnovers of their own, forced 2 punts and 2 possessions on downs. They hit more crisply, tackled more consistently, and just played better. Coach Meeks was encouraged but not satisfied. We asked him what the defensive unit needs to do tonight.
Got to run to the ball and tackle tonight. You know, they're going to have, or as it looks like in pregame, they're going to have Hampton at quarterback, which completely changes what they do offensively. He's going to touch it every play. He's going to be the most dynamic player on the field. So we've got to read our keys and all run to the football and wrap up.
Well, all right. Over the next 25 minutes, we're going to learn a lot about tonight's Week 3 matchup. We also visit with cheerleader Sarah Hall in the Gaddy's Cheerleader Spotlight. We'll get you ready for the game here in a couple of minutes. It's the Cornerstone Balance and Therapy pregame show on KDET 9:30 a.m. Or you can find us on YouTube with the new Northeast Texas Sports Network. It's the Rough Riders and the Tigers, live from Rough Rider Stadium, coming up next.
Therapy at the 4-way stop in center.
At Rough Rider Oil and Lube, they understand 2 very important things. First, you and your family spend a lot of time in your vehicle, so you need to take good care of that vehicle so it can take care of you. That's the specialty of Rough Rider Oil and Lube, protecting the engine that gets you where you need to go. Second, Rough Rider fans, they deserve the very best, so you're always welcome at Rough Rider Oil and Lube.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stadium pregame show live from Rough Rider Stadium. Hello, Keaton Watlington.
Hi.
Say it again, I dare you.
Hi.
Okay.
Keaton Watlington joined us in the pregame show tonight here in the press box in Rough Rider Stadium. And now it's time to take a Tammy step-toe step to the sidelines for Chris Watlington for our injury report.
Yep, I was down there just a moment ago. There are about 5 different Rough Riders that are either not in uniform or at least not expected to play.
Okay.
One of them is Robinson. One of them is Bluford. Those 2 were not in uniform last week. and then 2 or 3 others that are sort of game time decisions. So we're starting to get a little bit of the bumps and bruises that come along with the season as it progresses.
But it's good to rest them now and save them for district if you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you very much for that injury report with our Tammy Steptoe step to the sidelines. And that's the Hope Medical injury report. All right, now we're coming up for let's go to our counselor, Mr. Stephen Shires, for his pregame brief.
All right, thank you, Mr. Payne. This evening, I'd just like to talk about the fact that, Daingerfield is a smaller school than what they used to be. They used to be in the same, because when we were all in 3A, and when I was in school, they were a very powerful team. They had a coach by the name of Dennis Alexander, and they won several state championships.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of, a legendary program. And then I guess they've gotten a little bit smaller, but they're still very dangerous. And like Coach was talking about, this will be the last time that I root against Bubba Hampton because he'll be playing safety for the Longhorns next year, it looks like.
Wow.
So
that's pretty awesome.
So I'm trying to get my picture with him after the game is over with.
I want to pass
like
that
we do
up.
sometimes. That's exactly right. So look forward to a good game this evening. We'll talk more about it in our keys of the game and other segments. So with that, Mr. Payne, the defense rests.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Shires. All right, folks, we're going to take a break to hear from Hope Medical and Tammy Steptoe and the Center Tire Company. We'll be back right after this.
At Hope Community Medicine, they believe that more than medicine is needed when providing quality care for their patients. With locations throughout East Texas, the vision is to give hope to those who seek a better life by caring for their body, mind, and soul, and not about their ability to pay. Through the network of staff and locations, Hope seeks to be primary provider of medical, dental, and behavioral health. Because the difference that Hope makes is the difference between night and day. Hope Community Health. Tammy Steptoe is where realty becomes reality. How do you know? Every time there has been a reader's favorite contest of the Light and Champion, they've won it. Whether it's your modest home you're looking for, or maybe a slightly less modest home, or your dream home, Tammy Steptoe has it. Or maybe it's a lakeside getaway or property to start all over. You need to trust the ladies at Tammy Steptoe Realty and Center.
Steve Tinkle at Center Tire Company knows time is money, and that's why when you pull into Center Tire Company, it's like a NASCAR pit stop. You tell them what you want, and they're on it fast. Whether you need a set of new tires for your car or truck, a flat fix, or just a tire rotation, you won't have to wait long at Center Tire Company. Name brand tires you know, hometown folks you trust. If it has tires, either they've got it or they can get it at Center Tire Company, 880 Hurst Street in Center.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the pregame show, Center versus Daingerfield. I'd like to take a moment to thank Gaddy's Medical Equipment for sponsoring the Cheerleader Spotlight. And we're going to go now to a Tammy Steptoe step to the sideline with Chris, who, after 3 long weeks of evading the cheerleader, has finally caught up with cheerleader Sarah Hall. Let's take a moment to listen to that.
Sarah Hall, how many years have you been a cheerleader at Center High School or junior high?
6 years.
All the way back to 7th grade?
All the way back.
Do you enjoy it in general?
Yes, sir.
You look forward to Fridays?
Always.
Has it been more fun this year than it has been in the past? I mean, there's been a lot to cheer about.
Yeah, I think so. This year and last year, pretty much.
If you had to choose which one you like better, away games or home games, which?
Home games.
Wow.
Pep rallies.
That's true. How was the pep rally today?
It was really good. We did a line dance for our country.
Did it go well?
It did go very well.
I hate I missed that. Okay, here's your football question.
Oh, Lord.
We have one of the best athletes in the state at quarterback. If you're the defensive coach, what are you going to do to stop him?
Tackle him.
See, guys, they know stuff down here.
They know stuff, Keaton.
They know stuff. I mean, sometimes the game is just simple as get the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
If he's running with the ball, he's dangerous. Make sure he's not doing that.
I got you, man.
So I guess next up it's time for
we're going to hear from Gaddy's Medical.
We're going to hear from Gaddy's Medical is a much better way to put that. So we'll hear from Gaddy's Medical now.
Gaddy's Medical Supply is your one-stop shop for all your medical supply needs.
Jack Allen, where's my ankle wrap stuff for my sore ankle?
Your ankle wrap or your Kinesio wrap?
The old guy wrap.
Ah, the ankle wrap. It's in the top bathroom drawer.
Okay, thanks.
If you are recovering from an illness or an injury, Gaddy's Medical Supply can offer you the support you'll need.
Jack Allen,
Yeah?
where did I put the raised toilet seat?
Check behind the door.
Right.
From crutches to canes to chairs, Gaddy's Medical is there for you.
Behind which door?
The hall bathroom, Dad?
Okay.
Okay, take care of yourself or someone you love with Gaddy's Medical Supply.
The Cornerstone pregame show brought to you in part by Rough Rider Quick Lube and Bob's Pawn Shop. Come check the score of the game while you shop. Shelby Veterinary Associates, your pet is part of your family. And Center Tire Company, it's too important to leave to anyone else. Be at the four-way stop in Center.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Stadium pregame show live from Rough Rider Stadium. The Daingerfield Tigers are here, and I've got Zach Jebson sitting next to me. So, Zach, I've got a question. If I say the word sleek, a lot of things it could mean.
Yeah.
Sleek and shiny.
Sleek and shiny.
Anything come to mind? Anything here at the stadium? Anything about the ball game? Sleek and shiny.
Center's offense?
Center's offense is sleek and shiny.
He's being coy.
Also, he's being coy. Because he's looking at the brand new Toledo Automotive blimp just like I am.
Absolutely. That is
sleek and shiny.
But even more than that,
yes,
because he's right here.
Yeah.
We're also it's operated like a drone now. It's operated. There's nobody actually in the blimp.
It's
nobody captaining the blimp?
Well, he's captaining the blimp from right here.
Yeah.
Look, he's got his device. That's what that new device is.
Oh, my goodness.
So
technology is amazing.
A captain extraordinaire of the blimp.
I try to be.
The sleek and shiny Toledo Automotive Rough Rider blimp.
Sometimes we can go with the captain in the blimp, and sometimes we can go automatic.
Operate remotely.
Yes, Toledo Automotive put in some stuff. I don't know where the Wallingtons got this stuff or got this technology.
Yeah.
But it's new and different, and it's awesome.
And we can operate it from the press box.
We can
if
operate
you're
it
not in the cabin of the blimp.
Yeah, or you can operate it from the secret location, or it can be operated from anywhere.
The other press box.
The secret other press box.
The sleek and shiny press box.
Well, we appreciate Toledo Automotive with our new sleek and shiny Rough Rider blimp tonight, and it hovers over the stadium. And as always, as it comes in, the crowd stares up with open mouths because you don't see that much in high school.
Not
stadiums.
in a high school.
Yeah. So we appreciate Toledo Automotive sponsoring the blimp and Captain Zach Jebson, and you'll enjoy coverage from the Toledo Automotive blimp as well.
I'll be sure to treat it well.
All right, very good. All right, folks, coming up next is our exciting video presentation, the Campbell's Portable Buildings Area Roundup.
Campbell Portable Buildings presents the Area Roundup, a look at the teams in Center's District and in Shelby County. We begin with Center's District, District 8. Here in Week 4, the Bulldogs are undefeated, but they're falling down the rankings. They're down to number 4 now. They're still 21-point favorites to beat 5A Marshall. At 2-1, the Rough Riders fall another notch after their loss last week, but still 4-point favorites to Daingerfield at home. The Van Vandals are moving up the board. They move up 4 spots to the number 22 spot and are 9-point favorites against Paris. The undefeated Bullard Panthers move up a notch to number 27. They're 3-touchdown favorites at Mineola. Rusk moves down to number 44, 9 spots, and they're 20-point underdogs against Alvarado. The Canton Eagles stay at number 58. They're 1-2, and they are 11-point favorites tonight. The Brownsboro Bears are undefeated, but they're last in the district. They stay at number 68, but they are 8-point favorites to beat Spring Hill at Spring Hill. And now we move to the county games, most of them in the same district. The Timpson Bears retain their number 1 spot, and they go up against Wascom and are 31-point favorites tonight in Wascom. Shelbyville and Joaquin are both on their bye weeks. They will not be playing tonight. Garrison, nearly in the county, 40-point favorites over Alto. St. Augustine, 41-point underdogs against Anahuac. You can hear that game on 92.5. Then in Division II 2A, the Tenaha Tigers will take on ARP tonight. ARP is 10-point favorites to beat the Tigers. That's your area roundup, brought to you by Campbell Portable Buildings, because your building matters. The Cornerstone Balance and Therapy pregame show continues.
Special thanks to Campbell Portable Buildings for our area roundup. In fact, let's take a break and hear from Campbell Portable Buildings.
It's one of the great slogans, right? Just tell them James sent you. But when James Campbell sent you away from Campbell Portable Buildings, he wanted it to be something that met your needs, whether it was storage or some inside beautiful living area. They can take care of you at Campbell Portable Buildings, where your building matters. They say, go Riders.
Shelby Veterinary Associates and Center understands that your pet's health is important, and they take every step to give your pet the best care. From preventative wellness exams to vaccinations, heartworm tests, and flea and tick pills. Ask Dr. Mark Jason about the benefits of dental care for your pets to prevent infections and bad breath. Also offering a heartworm injection that prevents heartworms and lasts for 12 months. Shelby Veterinary Associates, treating your pets like the valued family members they are. Now carrying Simparica Trio.
There's lots of things happening at Zach's Tent Shop.
Like tinting your windows. It's one of the simplest things you can do to your vehicle, but it makes a big dramatic difference.
Ain't nothing marks your style like a custom lift or a drop.
You got light bars and grills and running boards and a lot of accessories.
Man, they got all the best rims and all the best brands. Want to take care of your truck? You take it to Zach's Tent Shop.
All right, everybody, it's Counselor Stephen Shires. Welcome back to the Cornerstone Therapy pregame show. It's time for us to go into the neutral zone, brought to you by Center Motor Company, where we talk to a Center Rough Rider player. And this evening we talk to Jermaine Hunter.
So what is your name and what is the position you play?
I play receiver and linebacker.
All right, and what is the name that the teammates call you?
Prime time, man.
Prime time.
All right. And what's the number on your jersey? 3. All right. What's the hardest part about getting ready for the new season?
Practice and this heat. Practice. It be like tired, and we gotta work on like the pads and stuff. All that. It's just the drills and stuff. Everything really. That's the hardest part. It's everything.
All right. Last year's Riders had a good season. Do you think it can be even better this season?
Yeah, if we work hard and stuff, and work as a team, and like everybody contribute in their own way, because everybody has a role on the field, whether it be on the sideline or on the field. So I feel like we can.
All right. Looking back over your football days, even back to Little League football, name a coach that really stood out to you.
I'm gonna say Coach Huff. He here now though, but I say Coach Huff because like he always believed in me and stuff and gave me a chance and stuff like that. And he believed in everybody else on the team too. So like, I say Coach Huff stand. Now he always come with the fire and the energy.
That's great.
That is great. Well, thank you, and you are out of the neutral zone.
All right, everybody, that is the Center Motor Company Neutral Zone, again brought to you by Center Motor Company. We'll hear from them and a couple of other sponsors as we get ready to close out the pregame show and get ready for the kickoff.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center.
And Rough Rider Oil and Lube, they understand two very important things. First, you and your family spend a lot of time in your vehicle, so you need to take good care of that vehicle so it can take care of you. That's the specialty of Rough Rider Oil and Lube, protecting the engine that gets you where you need to go. Second, Rough Rider fans, they deserve the very best, so you're always welcome at Rough Rider Oil and Lube.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cornerstone Therapy pregame show. Let me give a shout out to Nut 5 Catering.
Yes.
They fed the football team tonight.
And then we got the leftovers.
Oh, and it smells so good up here. So thanks to Nut 5 Catering for that. Well, as we move on through the Cornerstone Therapy pregame show, it's time now for our JBA Financial sponsorship of our coaching talk.
Okay, here at the pregame show with a couple of assistant coaches and our head coach here at the pizzeria. Thank you for doing the show on Tuesdays. Is that kind of semi-enjoyable?
Oh, I love it. I love it. We look forward to it.
Good.
So
Yeah.
It's
family
good.
time.
Family gets to come out.
That's great. So you were telling us that there is a question as far as who's playing quarterback tonight for the Tigers.
Yes, sir. You know, they've had an injury to their starting quarterback that played the first 2 weeks. They moved Bubba Hampton to quarterback, which is the University of Texas commit. He had been playing some receiver, so it's not like he was new to the offense. We were always going to have to know where he was, but now, you know, makes it even tougher in our mind because now he's going to touch the ball every play. He's a very dynamic player. The ball's going to be in his hands, and so we've got to trust our keys because they do have some tendencies with him back there, but. Once again, he's still holding it, so we've got to be solid with that.
What do they show you on defense?
They're very similar to what we played against last week in North Dakota. They're going to be an odd front, 4 linebackers, cover 4. I really feel like we'll get a lot more man than what they've shown. They did that to us last year, had shown to play a lot of zone on the back end, and then we go to Daingerfield and they play a lot of man free. And so I think we'll get that again. That allows them to play the run more. We've had our fair share of passing yardage, but there's no question we live and die by the run. And so, I think that could be their choice again. We had success running against them last year, but I think they might try to make us one-dimensional as much as possible.
And as far as you know, assistant coach, who's going to win Friday night?
Obviously us.
What do you think the score is going to be?
It's going to be close.
Bad news, coach. Thank you for your time.
Now.
A big thanks to Coach Meeks for the time. Appreciate that very much. Perry, the Cornerstone pregame show is rounded down. We thank Cornerstone Balance and Therapy for bringing us the pregame. We also thank our pregame sponsors, Center Tire, Shelby Veterinary Associates, Rough Rider Oil and Lube, and Zach's Tent Shop. We'll be right back with the Quick-Off, everybody.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future. Vince 3-point shot.
It's a towering shot, baby.
Takes it to the house. The following is a production of the Rough Rider broadcast team, a presentation of Watlington and Shires Productions.
fellas, engage. They're not calling touchdown. The ref ran in. Down the
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Well, we just got started, everybody, here. And the kickoff to left to right. We kicked it to the end zone. The Tigers decided to bring it out and probably shouldn't have. They were just cremated at the 16-yard line, everybody. And that brings us to our Ray Jones keys of the game. Keaton, what are you thinking?
You know, I think the most important key to the game for the Center Rough Riders is the defense.
Yeah.
Our offense has proven that they can play. Our defense has shown that they can play. They just haven't proven that they'll do it consistently. And, you know, there are some players on the Daingerfield team that need to be keyed off on and need to be making sure. So, you know, that's what we got to do is make sure that we're able to prevent those players from making a big impact.
The good news is, for them, it was offsides on the kickoff, Rob, so that sticking them at the 14 or 16-yard line isn't going to count. We're going to have to do it again.
So the Center Rough Riders will be kicking off again to the Daingerfield Tigers. And last time it went into the he took it in the end zone for a 16-yard return. Now we move it back to the 35-yard line and see what we can do again here. Welcome tonight. The Center Rough Riders are sporting their home gold jerseys with the purple numbers.
Color
really
rush.
Stand out. Boy, they look good. What do you say?
The color rush.
Color rush jersey for the Riders as we tee the ball up and get ready for tonight's kickoff. The
second Shelby Savings Bank
kickoff. And it's a end over end, but it's a low line drive that bounces and rolls and gets away from them and scooped up at the 6, back to the 10, hit again, and really back to where they were again, to the 16-yard line.
The first down marker isn't even going to move, Rob.
No. So Daingerfield will have their have her first down at the 16. Now, one of the stories for tonight is that the main quarterback that Daingerfield will probably use during their district games is not playing tonight. But we do have a WADA penalty and another WADA penalty.
Oh, wow, they're still falling.
As in, somebody's talking and running their mouth, and so we've got a penalty and another penalty. We'll check Mr. Whitehat.
Number 6, Amarian Simon Jones, was talking to one or a combination of riders, and the penalty happened around him. I'm not sure if it's going to be on him or not, but that was around number 6. There was talking going on, Rob.
So let's see. Mr. Whitehat comes to the sidelines. Actually, he's talking to both coaches. The main head referee for tonight is checking with both coaches before they decided, explaining kind of what's happened here. The ball, meanwhile, sits at the 17-yard line officially to start our game tonight.
And Rob, it gives us a chance to hear what our coach said was his defensive goals.
Okay.
Got to run to the ball and tackle tonight. You know, they're going to have, or as it looks like in pregame, they're going to have Hampton at quarterback, which completely changes what they do offensively. He's going to touch it every play. He's going to be the most dynamic player on the field. So we've got to read our keys and all run to the football and wrap up.
And Keaton, what that means is this Hampton guy is already signed to play with the Longhorns. He is
a quarterback?
No, he'll be a secondary player.
Secondary player.
But he's just one of those Achilles-like athletes.
Right.
And this just means their quarterback, who's a pretty good passer, isn't able to play, so you just put it in the athlete's hands, and that means we have to tackle him probably 80% of the time.
So he's going to be their quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a cornerback, and he's playing quarterback.
Yes, but he'll be running back. He'll be the guy who pitches it. He's going to be the difference maker on every single down.
And not only do you have to tackle him on offense, then you have to take the ball and run away from him and not get tackled while we're on offense. So
it's while we've been talking this whole time, they've been working out what the penalty was. They're moving it backwards. It was Daingerfield, personal foul, and disqualified. Number 6 will not play today. On the first play, he talked himself out of the game, Rob.
And Amarian Simon Jones is a senior wide receiver for the defensive back for the Daingerfield Tigers, who, we've had 16 seconds off the clock, and he's already out of the game.
Yeah,
it's a shame for a kid.
It is.
However, keeping the game in check, and we appreciate the folks down there, both coaches and the supporting the referees. And here we go now. 1st and 10. Now it is personal foul, half the distance to the goal line. So the ball is inside the 10-yard line for the Daingerfield Tigers. And watch for number 8, who's Hampton, and he will be quarterbacking the team tonight.
Our Longhorn fan over here to the right said, last time I'll ever root against this guy is tonight. Once he joins the Horns, he's mine.
Out of the shotgun, takes a snap, handoff, and coming back to the line of scrimmage, and the defense is there to shut him down quickly. So that Rider defense makes a statement early on and says, all right, no gain, let's go.
And Keaton, maybe this is the same defense that we started seeing about mid-second quarter last week.
I really hope it is. That defense in the second half of last week's game was certainly a different defense than we had seen up to that point.
Absolutely.
Second down and 11. They actually lost a little bit on that one. Out of the shotgun again. Hampton back to pass, scrambling. Now he throws, hit as he throws. The ball makes it to the receiver. Wow, there was a defender standing right there, but to the 42-yard line, a huge play to get these Tigers out of a hole and out into the middle of the field. Great job by Hampton.
Junior Kenny Mosley was there. It was not a great pass, but the guy just stood there and waited. He was that open.
And the defenders, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say you couldn't have gone for the ball. But
that
anyway,
was odd. That was odd.
Yeah, kind of a slowly developing pass. Now, Hampton keeps it and is going to lunge forward as well, and he does, and gets about 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down for the Tigers, who are about 3 yards short of the midfield.
I think the culprit on that pass play was everybody is so hyper aware of where number 8 is, and as a runner, that he's going to pass, really? And by the time they reacted, the guy was wide open.
So, second down and 5 for the Tigers. Hampton's going to take it and run again. He's got the first down, crossing into Rider territory, crosses the 45, inside to the 43.
Got through that first hole, and that's all it takes when you're that guy is to get that first block, and boom.
See, Daingerfield has already proven that they can pass. And if you are in a situation like this right now, you need to set up the bluff for later on in the game. They go out on the first play and show that they can pass it down the field, immediately disrupting the game plan for the defense, for the Rough Riders.
Good point. Plant that doubt in our mind.
First and 10 from the 44 for the Tigers. And handoff inside the 40 into the secondary now, down to the 37-yard line.
Looking to see who got up off the pile. Never saw his number. He wouldn't turn to me, but he's playing defensive tackle tonight. That defensive tackle made the solo tackle. Hard to do, but still good for 5 yards.
For the Tigers, it brings up second down for them. And in the first quarter, and the clock winding down towards 9 minutes here in the first quarter. Scoreless, the opening drive for the Tigers. Fake the handoff. Hampton keeps it, churns down through into the 30-yard line and beyond to the 28. And another first down for Daingerfield. Several players contributing to this, not just Hampton playing quarterback, although he's run it several times. He's thrown the ball and handed off as well. Number 3 is running back there with him, Braden Lewis, who is also a senior. And the quarterback just keeps it again. And the Riders were able to shut that hole down pretty quickly. And Hampton really doesn't have anywhere to go. Brings up second down. No gain on the play.
Mason Mayo was the second person there. The first person there, I think, is just now getting up off the ground, number 32. Jamarian Smith, Caden Dixon, Jamarian Smith, so the 3 of them.
I'm disappointed, Chris.
Yeah?
Well, the first home game I was here, they had the electronic down markers.
Where'd they go?
Now they're flipping it. I don't know where it is. All right, Hampton decides to hand it off that time. The 3 comes to the 30, to the 25, 24-yard line.
Braden Lewis, Gregory and Parker on the tackle for the Rough Riders.
Nice to shut that down, and it's going to bring up third down and 6.
It's a big 6.
The first third down for the Daingerfield Tigers, and the Riders have an opportunity here to shut things down, but you think they're in 2-down territory.
Oh, yeah.
So
for sure. That Gregory on the stop is sophomore.
And playing on varsity this year.
First time we've called his name, I think, this year.
Hampton in the shotgun, hands off again. And,
fumble. No, it's a shoe.
you thought it wasn't a football, it's a shoe. But
they fumbled his shoe.
Even though his shoe comes off, Lewis gets inside the 20.
If you recover a shoe, Keaton, does it matter?
It's just a souvenir.
Okay.
to the 16-yard line.
Inside the State Farm red zone, the Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone, and that's good news for Daingerfield. Not such good news for the Rough Riders, trying to keep them out of this end zone, something that they've struggled to do all season long, and facing one of the best athletes in the state.
All right, Rider defense needs to stiffen here. They try to plug up the middle, hand off, and the Riders are there after a couple of yards, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And Tigers will have a second down.
Yeah, we decided last week that Lions travel in, prides, Rough Riders travel in dualies. That was an entire dually.
An entire dually for the Riders.
Yeah, about 6 or 7 of them. No way to tell really who made that style. Good group tackle, which is what Coach wanted them to do. Get to the ball, make the hit.
Everybody go to the ball. Okay. Good philosophy. Ball spotted inside the 15-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Dangerfield getting close to the goal line. Hampton on a design run takes the ball, is slowed and stopped in the backfield. The Riders had wonderful penetration and for a loss on the play, but they're able to shut down the Tigers and bring them back to the 17, 18-yard line.
And even though that was a loss, still really impressive. He took 4, maybe 5 Rough Riders to make that tackle. So
yeah, it's
showing things to come for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to make solo tackles, but they didn't have to, and it brings up the first real advantage for the Rough Rider defense since the second or third play. Third down and about 11 and a half from the 19, 18-yard line.
All right, so the Riders have a really good opportunity here now on a long third down situation. And the Tigers very well going to call a timeout. Yep, they do. So the Tigers take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're tuned to Rider Football on KDET.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First quarter, 5:42 on the clock. We're still in the first possession. Daingerfield offense has marched its way down the field. Had a nice long pass to get them out of the shadow of the goalpost. Now they're inside the 20. The Riders had a really good stop a few minutes ago, and now the Riders are going to get back there again and stop and slow. Nope, they don't wrap him up. So number 8 still has the ball, still on his feet, and he's in for the touchdown after the Rider defense had a really good penetration in the backfield, Keaton.
I mean, the defense was there. They had him stopped, and then he turned around and ran it into the end zone. It's just amazing.
Reversed his field, took off, and made it right to the pylon. So 6 points for the Tigers, and looking to add one more to it as the extra point unit comes out.
Just insane, the athleticism that he displayed right there. Just he was done. That play was over, and he just simply said, I think I want to have a touchdown right now. Just amazing play.
All right, kicker's got it lined up now for the extra point attempt for Daingerfield. There's the snap. The kick is up and away, and it is good. 7 points for Daingerfield, 0 for the Riders, as the Riders will have an opportunity to touch the ball next. 5.5 minutes in the first quarter. You're tuned to Rider Football here on YouTube.
This is a hamburger, and this, friends, is a Whataburger. A fresh 100% beef patty so big it can only fit on a 5-inch bun. Oh, there's another. Someone's going for a double. Maybe it'll be topped with melted cheese and, oh my goodness, grilled onions and grilled jalapenos. I'm not sure the speakers can handle any more sizzle. Good thing you can do more than just hear the difference. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Martin Kennel Inn Center and Nacogdoches has been boarding and grooming pets for over 30 years. Martin Kennel and Grooming continues to grow and improve daily while treating your family pets as they would treat their own. Martin Kennel now offers large animal care at your location. That's right, they offer experienced assistance for your livestock and peace of mind for you. With many years' experience, you can rest assured that your pet will receive the attention they need. Give Martin Kennel and Grooming a call in Center at 936-244-1930. In Nacogdoches, call 936-560-3643.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Daingerfield Tigers have taken it into the end zone, quarterbacked by Mr. Hampton, number 8. That's Aaron Hampton. Extra point is good, 7-0, and the Riders will have a chance for the ball. Tigers lining up for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball teed up on the 40-yard line. If you're not able to see the video from right to left, it's a low line drive kick. Riders scoop it up at the 18, put it back on the ground. Can't get their hands on it. Now pick it up at the 15. Back and forth, and going to be tackled around the 18. Ball comes loose. And now we'll have to check and see. It looks like the Riders got it back after it came loose. That elusive football, the Riders finally covered up right around the 25-yard line.
That was an odd-looking return, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, you wanted to dribble it, and then
and you like those high kicks where they'll go up and come right down. You can feel them. One of those sloppy kind of kicks comes out, and you're not sure what it's going to do. It bounces one way and the other, and hard to get your hands on it. Riders do maintain possession and have it 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line as the Riders get offense comes about on the field for the first time. Cash Cross in the quarterback. 2 receivers out to the left-hand side, 1 to the right. Back in the backfield. Now we got a man in motion. Flag comes in. It's going to be some kind of motion penalty as the handoff goes to Dixon. And Dixon is out to the 34-yard line. We're going to check that. Going to be some kind of motion penalty or illegal shift, I'm going to guess.
It's been unusual. I guess maybe we saw it when Tatum was in town.
Oh, offsides against Daingerfield.
Okay. We'll take that.
We will.
Definitely take that. That either side takes a half a quarter to run a series. That's just not the way that these teams have gone about it. But this team did, and I appreciate that.
All right, so first down for the Riders from the 31. Cash Cross back to pass. Airs it out as a man down on the sidelines and just off the fingertips of Timothy Johnson for the Riders. And
there might be folks that say he should have caught that. I'm not sure. That would have been a great catch.
It would have, down the sideline. But like I said, just off his fingertips. And so here we go, lined up for 2nd down and 10.
Already ready.
Oh, 2nd down, handoff. And Dixon gets a little bit there.
But since it was 2nd down and 5 after the penalty, didn't need to get much. Bring the little bit, it's 3rd down and 2. Already snapped it.
Ball's already snapped, 32. Dixon gets it, spin move, spins again. He's just fighting for yardage to get up to the 1st down marker, and it looks like they have it marked for, 1st down for the Center Rough Riders.
And don't you know Dixon is aching to get in this game and do well with number 8 on the other side?
Oh, absolutely.
Riders hurry up offense can keep the defense on their toes there and back on their heels. Dixon again with the ball and was wrapped up, stays on his feet and gets an extra 5 yards for another 1st down for the Riders as they get into Tiger territory.
Just so fast. They're already fixing to snap it, Rob.
Riders, the down markers aren't even set. Cash Cross back to pass, throws it to the left, looking down the sidelines and over the head of the intended receiver down around the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
And the coverage was good on Wilburn. He basically had not literally pushed him, but just had position on him so that there was really nowhere to go for Wilburn but out of bounds. Just really good positioning on that play by the defender.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left for the Riders. Dixon in the backfield. Cross calls for it. Fakes the handoff to Dixon, and Cash Cross is going to keep it and run. And looks like a flag comes in as Cross fights for yardage and gets up close to the 45-yard line.
That play normally works for a lot more, Keaton. We've seen a lot of really good gains on that, and then on top of it, we were holding. So that play didn't go right.
I agree. No, it's just like that. Like I was saying with Daingerfield, you want to establish early that you can do things that are off script. And with Caden Dixon in the backfield, they know that he's going to get the ball a fair amount of times. Cass trying to prove he can get the yardage too, but it backfires.
Holding penalty. Now we got 2nd down and 20 for the Riders. Cross fakes the handoff, has a man in a crossing pattern and throws it out, but incomplete to number 7 for the Riders.
0 for 3 on the passing. Number 7 was open, T.J. Bellin.
Yeah.
Boy, there's a lot of pepper on that ball, and as soon as he hit the ground, he was leveled. So, again, a very difficult catch to make. Probably could have, but I don't know that he should have. But 3rd down and 20 that's no joke.
Looking to get Cross and his receivers in sync here tonight. 3rd down and 20. Cross back, looking again. Throws down the sideline, looking for a man. Has receiver, but ball overthrown again.
Well,
or I say that, did the receiver not run fast enough?
Maybe that. Maybe a little bit of an uncalled pass interference there.
Yeah, they got in each other's way and danced a little bit, and there was no way for the receiver to actually get to the ball. Don't know if that was interference or not, but that's why the pass didn't get completed, is because there was a guy.
All right, so punter. Here we go. The
3rd
punting
punt of the
unit
season.
for the Riders comes in. There's a snap, punt. There's a kick. It's a spiraling punt that bounces and rolls inside the 20.
Oh,
and
ugly
to the
punt.
15, and the Riders can down it inside the 15-yard line. So that's where the Tigers will start out. So the Riders on their first possession move the ball some, but then had to fight through a penalty, a holding penalty right around midfield. So 3:42 on the clock, and the Riders have not yet scored. The Tigers have 7 points.
And for everybody that was watching that play, you saw it if you were on the radio just listening. Our punter could have run that for a first down.
He could have.
Everybody on the Daingerfield team just ran back to go back for punt blocking, but
he just kept that ball, and he was on purpose waiting to kick it, but no one was waiting around for him to kick it.
Nobody came to block that punt. It's one of those where it makes you wonder if you were. I mean, if you tried it, how much trouble would you get in?
Yeah.
You know, if it didn't
Nobody
work.
was close to me.
Yeah.
Like, I guess since it was 20, 4th and 20, I'm not sure. He had to go a long way.
All right, the Tigers 1st and 10. Right around the 13-yard line. Handoff. They're going to come right up the middle. Hit again. That's Lewis back up to the – got about 3 yards, I think.
That's last week's player of the game, Atkinson, on the tackle, but there were a lot of others too. Mayo on the tackle, number 15 involved with it as well, Grant Gregory.
So some sophomores involved right there on
Grant's
defense.
worked his way into a starting position tonight against a Daingerfield squad that his grandfather was a superintendent at Daingerfield. So how's that for a little behind the scenes?
2nd down and 7. Hampton throws. Ball is caught at the 22-yard line. Receivers wrapped up again, and goes down pretty quickly. But they're going to mark it enough for a first down for the Tigers. They'll have it at their own 24.
And, the last drive and so far this drive, I think everyone was expecting number 8 just to run it every time. He looks like he has control of the offense.
Mm-hmm. Showing real poise back there.
If you're just joining us, this is not their quarterback. It's their best athlete. He had to play last week against Timpson. It was a very close game. And now I think he's kind of learned the position.
Trips right, and that's 3 receivers to the right. Hampton's pointing, saying, hey, block for me. I'm going to run it around the right-hand side on one of those sweeps, and is close to the first down marker. When he's finally, Riders probably knock him out of bounds.
His good fake sucked everybody inward, and there was just very little that the Rough Riders could do but try and outrun him to the side. So they got a first down, but I think we're probably fortunate it wasn't more than that.
And they managed to, he just crowded him ran him out of bounds. So right at the first down marker, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The 34.
Listening on the radio, 7-0. Daingerfield scored on their first 6.5-minute drive. Rough Riders got Ray Jones first downs, but had to punt. They have the ball again with 2:07 and a first down.
All right, handoff out of the shotgun, right up the middle. As soon as he hits the line of scrimmage, he's slowed again. Then the rest of the Riders come in and make the tackle. However, 3-yard pickup for the Tigers.
In about 2 minutes of game time, we'll have the batters' first quarter scoreboard with the captain of the Toledo Automotive Blimp. First time the Blimps made an appearance this year. Zach Jebson will give us that report of our county teams.
We should say the remote captain.
He's right here. Well, not in this room right now, but yeah, steering it from down here. That's cool.
Zach's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie.
Bad to the bone.
Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Second down and 7 for the Tigers. Hampton hands it off. It's first down yardage and more. Nice run by the Daingerfield Tigers up to midfield is where they'll have the ball.
But that's number 3. Brandon Lewis tackled by number 3, but that's not Hampton. Hampton's on this one, he's only run once. Everybody else, the supporting cast, is playing very well.
Mixing it up, and I think, like you said, the coaches and teams assumed that Hampton would be the one with the ball all the time.
Right. Since their quarterback's hurt, he'll just take the ball and run, but he's running the offense.
Well, meanwhile, the Daingerfield coaches are running their offense.
Yeah.
Through Hampton. Hand off to Lewis again. Gets to the 45-44 yard as the Tigers continue to run the ball.
And that's
5-yard gain.
Number 14 for the Rough Riders. Almost stopped that time. Jamarian Smith. Basically an individual tackle.
See, Daingerfield knows they have a fastball. They have a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in their repertoire. Right now they're just going with the changeup.
That's right.
And then they're going to burn us whenever they're ready.
Right, we keep waiting for the fastball. They scored on a fastball.
They did, yeah.
Perhaps the final play of the first quarter. Tigers running the ball again. Number 1 with the carry inside the 40, inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. And
Ashton
running
Williams.
the ball. That's right, Ashton Williams running the ball for Daingerfield that time. And looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field with 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, we'll.
So, Billy Don, tell us about Brookshire Brothers.
Well, they got just about everything. Got good produce section, a fine meat market, and oh, that chicken. Winner, chicken dinner. And the pharmacist is great, and the people there make it worthwhile. They always got specials if you pay attention. And that manager, he's a nice fella. And the thing is, you can shop at Brookshire's day or night. A lot more night after daylight savings.
Brookshire Brothers Center.
Are you looking for a residential, lake, commercial, acreage, farm, or ranch property? This is Alma Jaimez, part of the home team at Town & Country Real Estate, and we have over 50 years experience in selling beautiful East Texas and are now licensed in Louisiana. I would love to assist you with all of your real estate needs, so please call me at 936-488-9988 or come by 114 Nacogdoches Street on the square in downtown center. Hablo Español.
Covington Lumber and Building Supplies is in the capable hand of a third generation of Covingtons. For shingles for your roof, to carpet for your floors, to Farrell Calhoun paint for the walls, bathroom fixtures, and everything in between, Covington's has it, as well as all the lumber you can shake a stick at. Lumber for your home or for other fun projects. You find it all at Covington's.
You know, I'm hungry. What is there to eat around these parts?
Well, this is Texas, so you're probably going to want some barbecue.
Barbecue, you say?
Yes, and the very best you can get's at Yardbirds. You just pull on up to the drive-through window. When you get there, you tell them what you want. They got good stuff.
Do you think that would be good with some scones and a spot of tea?
No, you better leave that in your purse. Get you a beer or a soda pop.
Yardbirds, Tenaha Street.
Welcome back, folks. We're in the first quarter. 16 seconds left on the clock here, and we'll check the Daingerfield team still in a huddle on the sidelines after a timeout on the field. And
they just let the quarter in. Okay.
Oh, they just let it run out. Okay, so that's the end of the first quarter here in Rough Rider Stadium. Daingerfield 7, Riders 0. You're tuned to Rough Rider football here on KDET.
All right, we'll go up right quick to the Toledo Automotive Blimp for the first quarter scores from around the county.
Alrighty, so first off, the Wascom Wildcats hosting the Timpson Bears, 28-0 in favor of Temsin. And then we go to Garrison Bulldogs and Alto Yellow Jackets. The Bulldogs up 13-6 on the Yellow Jackets. And the San Augustine and Anahuac game is still tied 0-0.
Okay, defensive struggle there.
And then finally, the Tenaha Tigers and ARP Tigers, 2 Tiger teams, both tied 7-7.
Okay. Well, that is your first quarter scoreboard from the Toledo Automotive Blimp, the only radio dirigible in the business. Thank you, Zach Jebson. We will hear now from Batters, a law firm.
Batters Law Firm is proud to be a third-generation law firm serving the injured people of East Texas since 1964. Batters has settled thousands of cases and paid out over $25 million to clients from settlements in the past 2 years. Visit one of their locations for your free, no-appointment consultation and let the Batters team implement their proven approach that incorporates treatment and recovery while maximizing settlements and payouts. Batters Law Firm, serving you in Nacogdoches, Lufkin Center, and Houston. Remember, when it matters, call Batters. 833-BATTERS. 833-BADDERS.
Toledo Automotive Supply of St. Augustine has parts and supplies for cars, pickup trucks, and commercial trucks, even farm and agriculture. If you're needing hydraulics and heavy-duty filters or brakes and shoes, this is your one-stop shop. Toledo Automotive Supply of St. Augustine stocks popular brands of parts, tools, and accessories, and they have parts for marine and farming equipment. Owners David and Sherry Nettles and staff provide top-quality customer service at Toledo Automotive Supply of St. Augustine, just a short drive at the intersection of Highways 96 and 21.
All right, everybody. One play has happened in the second quarter. It was a 5-yard rush, and then there was an injury timeout. This is the second play, and number 3, Jermaine Hunter, in the backfield to tackle the running back behind the line. Yeah, Lewis. And the big news is the person that was shaken up on the first play of the second quarter, their quarterback, and who was a backup quarter, and Hampton, their best player. So he limped off the field, and so now it's number 5 at the quarterback position. Kenny Mosley, the junior, and they're looking at 3rd and 5 from the 30, Rob.
3rd down and 5 for the Tigers, moving left to right on your screen here. And a keeper for number 5 who takes a snap out of the shotgun, heads to the left-hand side. Riders sniff it out and cover him up, and it'll bring it 4th down and 4. 4th down, about 4th down and 4 for the Tigers.
Yeah, decision time. I guess you go for it, but boy,
you do inside the 30.
The first quarter completely belonged to the Tigers. They'd had a long scoring drive, stopped us after 2 first downs, and then used the next 3.5, 4 minutes of the first quarter to move past to the 35-yard line. Then, kind of tried disaster strikes on the very first play with their best player going down. Now 4th and 4.
Out on 4th down. Snap, shotgun, handoff.
Lewis.
Lewis has shoved it back on 4th down, and the Riders
tackled by the whole team.
And the Riders will take over on downs. The defense said, "We'll have none of this on 4th down," and the Riders shut them down. And the Riders will be 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 10:25 here in the second quarter. And Chris,
let's pop a pepper.
We got to pop a pepper.
Atkinson and Parker, the 2 Rough Riders on the stop. That is a great beverage. Scarlet Shires, that is really good.
All right. So the Riders 1st and 10 with Cash Cross. This is their second time to have the ball, second possession for the Riders. Cross fakes the handoff, throws, and Bellin is right there, but it is broken up as the defender is there as well. Incomplete.
There is a
penalty. But there is a penalty out there.
They're 0 for 4 passing, although this one is likely not to count. Illegal formation on the offense. So far, we're just kind of not getting out of our own way. We've dropped passes. We've had penalties. It's been, the high-powered, explosive offense, Zach, that we've been enjoyed for 3 weeks just hasn't quite gotten the motorcycle on yet.
I feel I might have jinxed them by calling them sleek and shiny in the pregame show.
It's your fault. it's your fault, Zach. That's what it is.
Well, it's 1st down and 15 for the Riders. And Cross out of the shotgun, takes a few steps back. He's looking. Now he's scrambling, but one of his men catches the defender. Cross decides he's going to try to run it, but there's nowhere to go and just scampers out of bounds right at the down marker. And so it'll be 2nd down and 15.
He had a guy open 80 yards down the field, but by the time he saw it, there was just no way he could plant and make the throw.
Right. So the Rider defense kept the Tigers out of the end zone, and now they've handed it the offense. And here we go. Here's something to answer those 7 points from the first quarter.
2nd and 15.
Cross fakes it, scrambles to the left-hand side
Running
on
for
the
his
bootleg,
life. Yeah.
throws, and just has to throw it out. He has to throw it away.
He had three
men.
Tigers, a whole pack of Tigers chasing him in the backfield, unchecked, unblocked. They had that one read. They knew that was coming. So now 3rd down and 15. We faced 3rd and 20 on the last drive.
We did. The Rider, this offense has the ability to get a 3rd and 15, no problem.
Yeah.
They've got to settle down and connect that they haven't been able to do. Have we had a reception? No.
No, we 0 for 3, and then we dropped one that didn't count because of a penalty. But, yeah, the run game's had some success. The pass game, 0.
All right, 2 receivers left, one to the right, crosses back, looking, scrambling, throwing to the sidelines.
Too high.
It's a high pass to the sidelines at the 35-yard line, and it's incomplete. And now it's 4th and long for the Riders, and here comes the punt team again.
That was what Keaton said, the fastball, from the Daingerfield team. That was a high fastball, high outside the strike zone. Receiver never really had a chance. This is an offense that scored 198 points in the first 3 games. Just kind of a runaway train. It has been slowed down in the first 2 possessions by the Tiger defense so far, as our punter stands on the 11-yard line.
Hernandez on the 11. There's a snap and the kick. It's a nice punt. Bounces at the 45 and rolls down the field.
Wow.
And a really good Rough Rider roll to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a 60-yard punt.
Absolutely.
So the Daingerfield Tigers will come up for their 3rd possession tonight from their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, this is puzzling. What their defense has been able to do.
Exactly. It's like you've said, the potent Rider offense hasn't come out on the field yet, hadn't made a connection yet. There's always the next possession.
Just 3 games into the season, but their 198 points is leading all 4A, Division I and II.
Wow.
Chapel Hill in Division I has 177 points, but that's still a touchdown a game behind the pace the Rough Riders have set. But it looks like they are cooling off here. They're going to have to get with it if they're going to get anywhere close. And the Daingerfield defense has been methodical. The offense.
All right, so back to pass. Ball is thrown and caught to complete on the sidelines. And looking to see exactly where they're going to mark it for about a 5-yard gain, second down.
Almost exactly. How many reps could their quarterback right now? Oh, he's back. Is that number 8? Yep. Okay. Their all-world athlete after being shaken up is back, Aaron Hampton.
All right, out of the shotgun, a running back with him, and he's going to hand off to him. That's Lewis. Lewis is hit. Flag comes in. What a penalty comes in right around the 25-yard line, which is where the tackle is made.
Usually when that official throws it, it's a blocking foul, but there was no blocker there. It was just all Rough Riders and the ball carrier. I'm afraid one of them may have put his hand across the face mask. Yeah. Hope not, but nope.
Personal foul.
Holding?
Oh, holding.
Okay, never mind. It was.
Yep, holding against Daingerfield. So that'll back them up with 9:07 here in the second quarter, and Daingerfield leads 7-0.
An 86-yard drive to open the game, and then another drive they were working on when Aaron Hampton, their best athlete, was injured or just shaken up. He's back now, but they're facing 2nd and 15.
All right, we are back deep, but Hampton's going to throw, and had a man trying to come across the field, and Hampton just not able to get the ball to him, incomplete. It's going to bring up second down and third down and 15.
Shires, what do you call that? What do you call that pattern? Yeah, I wasn't sure, but it was a good one. 2 receivers to the left, and the outside receiver came in, inside receiver came out. Oftentimes the defense kind of gets crossed up. Didn't happen that time. 3rd down and 15, and the play clock is ticking down to 5 seconds and 4 seconds. I don't know if they're going to get this off or not.
I'm not sure either. They're trying to snap the ball, and ball was snapped, no flag.
They're letting them play.
Throw the ball. The ball is thrown out and caught after the quarterback was scrambling, and now the Riders make a tackle finally up around midfield. But there was a lot of running around in the backfield, and finally Hampton was able to get the ball out.
Yeah, his receiver, who was playing quarterback in the last, was so completely wide open in the left flat. I wonder if there weren't some Rough Riders that just assumed that it was going to be delay a game. I mean, there was at least a full second between 0 and the snap of the ball.
So the tackle was made close to midfield at the 46-yard line. That's where Daingerfield, 1st and 10, where the Riders had them really shut down.
That's a big make. That's a big third down conversion.
Yep. All right, 1st and 10 for Daingerfield. They're going to put it back on the ground, and there's a WADA penalty that comes in after a 2 to 3 yard pickup.
The ball carrier was hit 2 yards in. I thought he was finished. After getting hit twice, he gets away and goes for another 5, but it's not going to count, Rob.
Holding penalty against the Daingerfield Tigers once again. 2 or 3 of those against Daingerfield already tonight.
8:33 to go, second quarter, 7-0. Daingerfield leads the Rough Riders, and really, it's just 7-0. But it's been kind of dominant, hasn't it, in the first quarter and the third?
It has. The ball is after the penalty is spotted at the 36-yard line. That's where Daingerfield is after the holding call, so 1st down and 20. And really, it's been Daingerfield's offense has been certainly had more playing time than Center's has.
Much more.
All right. Once again, out of the shotgun, handoff coming right, trying to turn it up the field, and tackled at the 45-yard line. Nice arm tackle by the Riders. Chase Johnson running the ball for Daingerfield.
Timmy Johnson had a shot right before he turned the corner, and he went high and bounced off of him. So it ended up being an 11-yard pickup, 2nd down and 11. But still, that's a big pickup.
9-yard gain for Daingerfield. So 2nd and 11. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hampton in the shotgun, got his back there with him.
Yeah.
Give to Lewis. Lewis coming to the left-hand side, turning the corner, has a 1st down, 40, 35, and tumbles inside the 35-yard line.
Johnson manages to get his shoulder around below the knee to tackle him as he's and if he hadn't made that tackle, it would have been off to the races. But as it is, near the red zone, ball on the 24. And Daingerfield doing most of their damage on the ground, and most of it not from their quarterback that we just assumed was going to be running over everybody. Like Keaton said, the fastball they're keeping to themselves, and they're giving us all their other stuff.
Daingerfield set up at the 33-yard line on the Riders' end of the field. They're going to keep it on the ground and check the middle. Lewis hits again. Finally is taken down the 3rd try. They bring him down just inside the 30-yard line.
Broke a lot of tackles, didn't get a whole lot of yards, but probably should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage and just broke the tackles.
4-yard pickup for Daingerfield as they just kind of plod along too. They pick up yards here, yards there, and move that clock as well. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. An exciting halftime show. We'll be talking about that as we get closer to that time. 2 receivers to the left for the Tigers. Got a running back and 1 to the right. Handoff, going to keep it on the ground to the Williams to the right-hand side and is inside the 15-yard line and made that look easy.
Well, it was a good call. They brought a blitz from the left-hand side of the offense, and they ran it to the right-hand side.
We still had a guy there, though. I mean, the problem is we have guys there. They are where they're supposed to be. They are just not wrapping up and bringing the ball carrier down. That's been my observation, and it's been very frustrating.
And they look different last week. They were wrapping up. I don't know what's gotten into their psyche out there, but it is in the State Farm red zone, the Chris Mayfield red zone.
To the Rider 12-yard line, and the handoff right through the middle, and from 12 yards out, the Tigers are in the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
13-0 with 6:01. It's exactly halfway through the second quarter. It's about where they scored in the first quarter as well, 13-0.
Got a picture of the moon out there by whoever's running the camera outside. But now we got that back fixed.
they make this extra point, 14-0, not at all what anybody expected except for maybe the Tigers.
All right, the extra point is good. It's 14 for Daingerfield, 0 for the Riders, 6:01 here in the second. You're tuned to Rider Football on KDT.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the housewarming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas. Shelby Savings Bank has a brand new look. They're proud of where they've been, where they came from starting in 1981, but now they're moving forward with locations all over East Texas to serve you. Will Lucas knows that he's standing on the backs of giants that had a vision for the financial future of Shelby County. And he and his staff are taking that future into new directions with things like mobile deposits. It's the same bank, new look. Shelby Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everybody. The Aurora Concepts halftime show coming up here in 6 minutes and 1 second of game time. We'll have the East Texas Automotor halftime analysis, Batter's halftime scoreboard from the Blimp, and then Deb's Boutique brings you the band for only the third time this year. They didn't get to march last week in Louisiana, only a 15-minute halftime. Same for the Chaparrals getting to perform. Bounds Insurance brings you that.
We want to thank Shelby Savings Bank for sponsoring our kickoffs, and we're lined up for one right now. The Daingerfield does a little razzle-dazzle with their kickoffs. Ball teed up on the 40-yard line, moving from left to right. And now they have a nice end-over-end kick. Riders are going to try to field at the 20, finally pick it up, come to the 25, and that's as far as it's going to go. So the Riders will start from their own 25-yard line. And Timothy Johnson finally getting his hands on the ball and bringing it back for the Riders. So the offense is yet to score a point tonight. Cash Cross and his group will come out and try to march the ball down the field and maybe take 6 minutes to score.
In their last possession, it was 3 and out. They never even looked Caden Dixon's way.
Well, it got into a long down and distance.
Yeah.
Ray Jones Chevrolet first down for the Center Rough Riders, and thanks to Ray Jones Chevrolet for sponsoring our first downs. Head on first, Cash Cross, hands off. Caden Dixon weaves his way in and out, and not quite a first down run, but about 8 yards.
Yeah, got a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Started at the 25, got to the 33.
Remember, Coach was talking about that Daingerfield was probably going to try to make us throw the football.
That's what they want.
All right. The offense says, well, you may want us to throw. We're going to run it again. And they
progress should be a first down.
Progress is going to be close to a first down, then they force him back.
He should have it by a good 2 or 3 yards. It should be first.
Marking it at the 36.
And there it is. So first down.
That's a Ray Jones first down.
Ray Jones Chevrolet first down for the Riders, and they're ready to snap the ball with 2 receivers on the right-hand side. And fake it and then throw it to the left. The ball is caught for the first reception tonight, and about a 12-yard reception, what it ends up being. First down for the Riders.
It's unusual that Lance Wilburn catches the ball and doesn't score, Shires. I mean, he's usually having to run the ball down with the defender behind it, but that was a good first down pass.
All right. Now the play is shut down quickly because the Tigers called a timeout, their second one of the game, of the half.
We'll take timeout too. We'll be right back.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams team is cheering on the Center Rough Riders, and we're proud to support the Center ISD's administration, staff, students, and fans. This is General Manager Jeff Baker of Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I invite you in to see the new vehicles we have in stock, as well as the area's best selection of pre-owned. We're all taking care of our
Steve
customers.
Tinkle at Center Tire Company knows
we'll
time is money, and that's why when you pull into Center Tire Company, it's like a NASCAR pit stop. You tell them what you want, and they're on it fast. Whether you need a set of new tires for your car or truck, a flat fix, or just a tire rotation, you won't have to wait long at Center Tire Company. Name brand tires you know, hometown folks you trust. If it has tires, either they've got it or they can get it at Center Tire Company, 880 Hurst Street in Center.
Sorry about that, folks. Butterfingers on mine. We had Wright Chrysler started with a Center Tire in between, and then we go back and forth. Sorry about that, folks. We're back now with the Riders 1st and 10.
Cash Cross in the shotgun takes a snap and handoff to
Oh, there
Dixon.
it is. There's a
Dixon
nice hole.
pushes his way through, and once again, a nice run, and the Riders are kind of setting a pace on this possession with a mix of had a complete pass, some nice runs right in the middle, 6-yard run. Now it's second down. Run right up the middle again, and this time the ball came loose, and Daingerfield says they have it, but we haven't seen a call from the referee that he was down.
Yeah, I don't see a beam, but I think that's exactly what it is Dixon fumbles for, I think that's his first fumble of the season. Comes at a bad time. This is what Coach Meeks said we needed to do.
We got to continue to protect the football, and we turned it over a couple times last week that really hurt us. So we've got to protect the ball.
And it didn't happen. It happened through a quarter and a half, but Dixon, working for extra yards, puts it on the turf, and with the ball on the 43, Daingerfield has it for the fourth time.
On a run where Dixon had the first down, the ball came loose right at the end, and the Tigers pick it up, advance it, get back to the Rider 42-yard line, and so Riders had a lot of potential there to get in the end zone. Meanwhile, it's 14-0 Daingerfield, and they've got the ball 42 yards from the end zone with 4.5 minutes to go. And the Tigers are going to run it and have a really good run, like 13 yards or more.
I tell you
inside the Rider 30.
The player of the game so far, number 8 would certainly be a nominee, but number 3. Lewis is the one who's done the most damage most consistently. That time he was hit at the line of scrimmage, but kept going for 5, carried everybody to the first down.
All right, so the Tigers first down at the 30-yard line after a Rider fumble. Hampton hands off to Lewis again. He hits the line of scrimmage, pushes his way through. Riders are there to shut it down after a 3-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 7 with 4 minutes here in the second quarter.
14-0. Daingerfield, they've had the ball. This is their 4th possession. They've scored on 2 of their previous 3. Rough Riders are 0-3 on scoring on possessions. Had a good thing going on the last one before the fumble.
They did. Just kind of took the wind out of their sails. Now they've got to get back and stop Daingerfield. On second down and 7. They're going to give it to Lewis again, and Lewis is inside the 25 and still pushing the pile inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Goodness.
The Rough Rider coaches said the key to the game is to play with energy, play with excitement and enthusiasm, and to have fun out there. It looks like the white jerseys are having a whole lot more fun than the gold ones right now. Inside the State Farm, Chris Mayfield State Farm red zone, ball on the 15. Already with a 14-0 lead, the Tigers are pushing to make this one look pretty ugly.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 15. 2 receivers on the right-hand side, but they're going to give it to Lewis. Why not? Lewis grabbed by the ankles by the Riders pretty quickly there. I think it was number
23.
50.
23.
All right. Jackson Parker.
Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field as we get to 2:50 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back with more Rough Rider football.
Automotive Collision Specialist has proudly served you since 1985. The Jefferson family is proud to support high school football and all students that participate in each game. Keith reminds you that if you're in an accident, you have the right to have your automobile repaired at the shop you choose. The Automotive Collision crew is iCar certified, and they're your source for auto body repairs. Quality, service, and trust is what they build their reputation on. One satisfied customer at a time. Automotive Collision Specialist, proud to support all area schools and students.
Mangum Funeral Home provides funeral, burial, and cremation services for the East Texas area. The new owners, Tony and Tracy Willoughby, as well as the licensed professional staff, are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 936-598-3341 or stop by for a visit at 420 St. Augustine Street in Center. Mangum Funeral Home prides themselves on providing prompt, compassionate service during life's most difficult times.
All right, folks, there we go. We see the run. We have a timeout called by the Rough Riders here. Really going to pick up. They don't really get any gain, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 8. Riders trying to conserve a little bit of time. We're going to have a timeout in the field. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Sandy Cox State Farm is your Shelby County State Farm insurance agent. She and her staff support all of Shelby County's teams. A quick look at Google reviews tells you how her customers feel about her.
I love State Farm. When I moved to Texas, I'm so glad I found Sandy's office. I highly recommend these guys. They're great.
Find her on Tenaha Street, Sandy Cox State Farm.
Let's set it up, y'all. At 3rd down and 8, the ball on the 17 or 13-yard line. Shires, what's at stake here? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I don't know what kind of field goal kicker they have, but it's imperative that we keep them from scoring a touchdown here because we do get the ball to start the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We do. I mean, I think we need to run the football and with 2 minutes. Say we have 2 minutes. That's still enough time. We still have 2 timeouts. The passing game just hasn't looked very crisp so far, but we really need to stop them and get a score. Because we start back the second half with the football.
All right, for the Tigers, they're going to throw it this time for the end zone and looking for a receiver in the end zone.
It got
caught.
It
Touchdown.
got right by our defender and landed in the bucket of the receiver. He was in position. He just missed it. I wish you could see it again. It's almost like it went right through him.
We've just this has just happened multiple times. Our guys are there.
They're there,
and they just
not making plays.
Can't make the play. It's
a little weird.
Dumbfounding.
It's dumbfounding.
I mean, they are right there.
Yeah.
I think we have lost every 50-50 ball this year, and I mean, our guys are right where they're supposed to be, and it just goes through their hands right to the receiver.
It's almost like they forgot to look for it because Johnson was in position from the time it left the guy's hand. I thought, that's a bad decision. You're not going to make it's a touchdown.
A 13-yard reception for the 3rd touchdown of the night, and the extra point is good as well.
By the way, their field goal kicker's good. Those are extra points would be good from 40.
So in the last 2.5 minutes of the first half, Daingerfield has their 3rd score, 21-0 over the Center Rough Riders, and you're tuned to Rough Rider Football on KDET and YouTube.
Hey, so Watlington,
yeah.
I mean, I had to go out of town several times. My car really was very busy this week. I mean, I think it needs a trip to the spa.
You need to pamper it.
Yeah, yes.
And it's Joe's Car Spa.
Right. You can get the thing where it washes the tires. That's almost like a pedicure.
That's what that is. Reed Grant is the guy. He is like the manicurist and pedicurist of your car. He is the owner of Joe's Car Spa. That's exactly right. And we also want to say thank you to JBI Insurance. They bring you Rough Rider football, Rough Rider athletics all year long. Thank you to JBI. And also remember, during the Aurora Concepts halftime show, Borders Poultry Supply brings you up close and personal with our band drum majors. A couple of fellows, Brandon Denby and Damian Horton, will be featured towards the end of our Aurora Concepts halftime show. So be sure and stick around in the next 2.5 minutes. But in the meantime, Mr. Payne, the Rough Riders really kind of need to get on the board.
Yeah.
So with the razzle-dazzle for the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff, the Tigers have it teed up at the 40-yard line, left to right again. Another end-over-end kick that the Riders will field at the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and tackled around the 38-yard line. So the Riders had a kind of an open field and a really nice kickoff return. And they're going to officially have the ball spotted at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10, with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to make it to the end zone, so they don't have to end the first half scoreless.
That was a good play by that Daingerfield Tiger because if he doesn't make that play, we're going to start well into
the extra point.
Yeah.
Cash Gross says, give me that ball. All right, he's going to air it out. Down the sidelines, Lance Wilburn, and a little exchange back and forth between the receiver and defender, but it falls away incomplete. No flags on the play, 2nd down.
Those are completions that we're making every game today. It's just something is just slightly off.
Something's off.
The throw was not. It needed to be further down the field, I think.
Yeah. It's some days the passing offenses just don't click. It happens at all levels. Unfortunately, this might be that day.
Second down and 10, and they're going to hand it to Dixon, who's going to get up close to the 45-yard line for a couple of yards.
Gain of 2. Yeah, this is not what we were talking about when we were talking about getting on the board. Now we're just hoping to keep the drive alive.
That's right, third down and 8.
Yeah.
And third down and 8 is the ball close to the 45-yard line with now inside of 2 minutes for the Riders.
A lot at stake here. If the Rough Riders can somehow convert and get down there and get in the end zone, they'll get the ball right back.
Receivers on either side, and Cash Cross is scrambled. Now he's hit and sacked at around the 39-yard line. Cross looks like he was about to take off with it and was just wrapped up, but he was focused down the field, still trying to find somebody to throw to.
Yeah.
Didn't notice the defender that was right there and took him down, and a loss on the play.
About 4th and 13.
Yeah, I think he was absolutely stunned that he just got hit by 2 people. He went straight to the sideline, sat down, partly frustration, but I think a lot of it may have kind of got some of the wind knocked out of him. He did not see those guys coming.
Punt team comes out. Riders were hoping to keep this alive for the rest of the half. Meanwhile, Hernandez comes out to punt, and it's a very nice punt. It's going to bounce at the 30, roll to the 20, inside the 15, and the Riders will down it inside the 10-yard line. So that's very nice. With 56 seconds to go in the half, the Tigers will take over inside their own 10-yard line.
Well, the first thing that you and I have to do at halftime, Rob, is to at least find a nominee for the Dairy Queen play of the game, and I think there are 2 punts that might be our nominees. Just not much has happened that have been good. Certainly Grant. You know what? Cody Atkinson,
Yep. Our 2 sophomores, maybe.
2 sophomores
that are in on defense.
Grant Gregory has made some contributions, but as far as the play of the game,
I know
there hadn't been one except for a couple of really good punts.
Now, what's going to be interesting, what is Daingerfield going to do here? Are they going to just go conservative and go in the half, or are they going to try to move the ball down the field and try to get some more?
I think they would.
It looks like they're spread wide.
They're going to move it. That's right.
See what you can do. If you get a first down on the first play, then you're off to the races.
Hampton's going to keep it on the ground. Lewis comes up, just going to keep it. Probably carry it a couple of times.
We have 2 timeouts.
That might be the play of the game.
Did we call a timeout? No, we didn't. Well, looks like we want to go into that.
Yeah. Let's get this half over with. A shutout, which no one expected. I don't think a lot of people would have been surprised if someone had said it might be a close game. Shoot, the coach's son said that Tuesday night.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anyone would think it would be a 0 on the scoreboard when the Rough Riders got ready to go into halftime.
So it was a 1-yard pickup, and they're either going to call a time. They call a timeout or no delay game.
It's delay
game.
Yeah.
So the Tigers chose to accept a delay of game.
They're okay.
And the game clock at 4 seconds. So they'll have to snap the ball.
Snap it, kneel on it. Or do some sort of razzle-dazzle where they surprise us and go deep. Pull a Randall Cunningham on us.
Yeah. Huh. All right, on second down, the referee goes and talks to the center head coach. What do you want to do here on delay a game? So now Mr. Whitehat is going to turn and tell everybody about it.
So they're going to have to snap it one more time.
Yeah. So we were listening to the penalty call right there. So delay a game, and they'll have to snap the ball half the distance to the goal line.
They just snap it and take a knee as long as they don't fall into the. Make sure you're not in the end zone.
Snap it and fall forward.
Now Mr. Whitehat is saying, hold up. And he's probably telling them they got to snap it. They were kind of watching the game clock wind down. That doesn't do them any good right now. They just need to snap the ball and take a knee. Okay, so there is a runoff, Mr. Whitehat says. And because of the runoff, we end the half. And the Daingerfield Tigers have 21 points to the Center Rough Riders 0 as we welcome you to the Aurora Concepts halftime show.
first half is over, so now it's time for the Aurora Concepts halftime show. Tonight, Borders Poultry Supply gets us up close and personal with our drum majors of the Center High School Band. Then East Texas Auto Motor gives us a chance for a little halftime analysis. Then the Center Rough Rider Band takes the field, brought to you by Deb's Boutique on the Square, followed by Shelby County Sweethearts, the Chaparrals, brought to you by Bounds Insurance. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the Aurora Concepts halftime show. And now, the 4-time Poultry Festival Chicken Cluck champion, your host, Rob Payne. Being sick is easy. From their spacious waiting room to their experienced and friendly staff, they care about you. They listen to you. They're here for you. From start to finish, that's the experience at Aurora.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rough Rider Stadium and the Aurora Concepts halftime show. Well, it's been all Daingerfield in the first half. 21 points for the Tigers to the Rough Riders 0. And really the Rough Riders have not had an opportunity, just hadn't been able to get their offense going. They've handed the ball off, had one reception, and just hadn't been able to get on the scoreboard, had the one fumble. So the Tigers have been all over the Riders, 21-0 here in the first half of the game. Now it's time to pick the Dairy Queen play of the game. Now, guys, I'm just going to tell you this, Keaton and Mr. Shires, what I'm thinking, you don't get to talk about special teams very often. But really, the play of the game that I see is the last punt that the Riders made had a really nice punt and a really nice bounce on it and rolled down to the inside the 15-yard line. So I would say the play of the game is the punters had some really nice punts, which gives on the last time he punted, Daingerfield did not have an opportunity really to move the ball.
I'm a really big fan of giving the special teams the credit they deserve. And when that punt left his foot, me and Zach were out there on the camera, and Zach looked at me and went, wow, what a leg. And I was just like, man, that's a good punt right there. So
yeah, I mean, since we generally like to pick a play that is pro Rough Rider, I think the most important play of the game was the fumble by Caden Dixon, because it's 14-0. We're moving down, maybe make it 14-7, but then we fumble and they go and score. And so that's probably the most important play of the game. But the DQ play of the game, I agree, is going to be those. We had two magnificent punts, especially that last one.
That's right.
There's a couple of them been 60-yard plus on the net. So, yeah, we're going to go with that.
To the special team. So we thank Dairy Queen for sponsoring our play of the game. Now it's time to take a break. We'll hear from Shelby Vet Associates and Sharon Nelson, and we'll come back for more of the Aurora Concepts halftime show here on KDET.
Shelby Veterinary Associates and Center understands that your pet's health is important, and they take every step to give your pet the best care. From preventative wellness exams to vaccinations, heartworm tests, and flea and tick pills. Ask Dr. Mark Josan about the benefits of dental care for your pets to prevent infections and bad breath. Also offering a heartworm injection that prevents heartworms and lasts for 12 months. Shelby Veterinary Associates, treating your pets like the valued family members they are. Now carrying Simparica Trio.
Customer service is the #1 reason Matthews Realty is the real estate agency of choice in Shelby County. With an agent like Scott Foster, who grew up here, was raised in agriculture, and works daily to assist his clients, he's a clear advantage why you should use Matthews Realty. Buying or selling commercial property or poultry farms? Your first call should be to Scott Foster at Matthews Realty and Center. Their team works hard so you don't have to.
Call Matthews Realty at 598-7800 or visit MatthewsRealty.com.
Deep East Texas Electric Co-op is proud to sponsor football. They are firmly committed to the leaders of tomorrow, and for more than a decade, the cooperative have offered scholarships to local high school and homeschooled seniors in its service area. Last year, they awarded recipients with scholarships to assist with their expenses at a recognized institution of higher education. Their employees are active in our local communities through participation in volunteer groups, governing boards, church boards, civic groups, and youth activities. Deep East Texas Electric, proudly supporting high school football.
What's going wrong? How do we fix it? What's going right, and how do we tune that up? That's the question right now for the Rough Riders and their coaches, but when it's you and your car, it's a question for you and East Texas Auto.
All right, buddy, welcome to the East Texas Automotor Halftime Analysis. Again, brought to you by East Texas Automotor. So, Keaton Wallington, this is the least fun analysis I think we're going to have.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying it so far, but I'm enjoying being up here with you guys.
Yes.
You know, this is great being up here, but as far as how the game is actually going, it's not going too high. We're going to need a definite 180 if we want to have a chance at this game.
I think we are. I imagine that the coach is reading the riot act at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about offense. The Rider offense has been hitting on all cylinders till tonight, and it's been not quite the same. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, like I said jokingly earlier, I feel like I jinxed them a little bit. Center has really built their offense on being able to go really fast and establishing that run game, and other teams before this game just really couldn't keep up with that. And I feel like Center's done a good job of maintaining their running game, but their passing game really hasn't been there. I believe I might be wrong, but Cash Cross only has one completed pass, I believe, that I remember.
I believe that's right. It was on a play action based off a run, and he's able to hit our wide receiver for about an 8-yard gain. I believe it was Wilburn.
So for whatever reason, Center has been running the ball pretty well, but their passing game just isn't there, which is really seemingly affecting their offense.
It has. It's really
poorly.
cut it down.
Yeah.
So, they're going to have to come out. We're going to have to establish the run in the second half and just be patient to get back in this thing.
Yeah.
But defensively.
You want me to talk about defense?
Yes.
I mean, 21-0 looks bad, sounds bad, but at halftime in all of our other games, we have been, our defense has done a much worse job. Against Tatum, the halftime score was a full game score, so we've only allowed them to score 3 times. It's obviously not what we want, but I think that is a good sign that we haven't let them score 8 times. We're getting there. We're meeting them at the line, and their athletes are just getting past us.
I think that's right. I think that's the problem. I don't think we're getting out schemed.
Right.
I think we have guys there. They just aren't wrapping up and executing the tackle. Sometimes we do. Now Atkinson does.
Right,
and so does Parker, number 23. There's been 2 or 3 plays where he has brought the wood and has brought the runner down. But the other guys are trying to arm tackle or try to shoulder tackle. You can't do it. You've got to wrap these guys up and bring them down.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about being 4 weeks into the season now is we're starting to hear a lot of the same names. Our main characters on the defense are starting to come out, like you said, Cody Atkinson, Parker, but a new name that I've heard called 3 or 4 times tonight, Grant Gregory, the sophomore right there on the line.
Right.
I think he's got a bright future ahead of him, and that's the thing about the defense. Bright future, when is that future going to become right now?
Right, we need it to be the present.
Right.
All right, so, folks, that's our East Texas Automotor halftime analysis, and now we're going to turn to the batter's scoreboard, and we have Captain Zach Jepson.
Oh, yeah.
So, what you got for the scoreboard?
All right. So, Canton leads Maybank 7-3 at Maybank. Carthage leads Marshall at Carthage 28-0.
Yikes.
Paris losing to Van 7-14, or up on Van. Paris up on Van 7-14. Mineola down 10-14 to Bullard, and Alvarado up 15-12 on Rusk. And finally, Brownsboro up 14-7 at Spring Hill.
How about that? The
Yeah.
district teams are doing well, so Dust and Rusk. All right, well, thank you. That's our Batters Law Firm halftime scoreboard. If your case matters, got to be Batters. So up next, the Rough Rider Radio Band and the Chaparrals with your host, Keaton Wallington, as the Aurora Concepts halftime show continues live here on NetSN, on your YouTube station, and on KDET.
We take our cars for granted, but what happens when they won't start, or they won't run, or they won't turn off, or you get the lights on the dash that say something's wrong and you don't know what to do with it? East Texas Auto Care. It's on Tenaha Highway as you leave town on the left, and they can take care of everything. The trained technicians understand the complicated electronics as well as the engine itself. The Mendoza family would love to take care of you and your vehicle at East Texas Auto. Nobody wants to be sick, but at least at Aurora Concepts, being sick is easy. From their spacious waiting room to their experienced and friendly staff, they care about you, they listen to you, they're here for you. From start to finish, that's the experience at Aurora.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to the halftime show live from Center, Texas. The score, Daingerfield 21, the Center Rough Riders 0. We're going to be going now to the...
Can somebody get...
What's up?
Put the camera on the band.
Can we get a camera on the band real quick, Mr. Cameraman? That's, as you can tell, if the camera's doing, that's what we're going to be focusing on for the next little bit of the halftime show. The football team, they want to get to their midseason form as quickly as possible. It's the same way for the band, and a lot of people don't realize that you've got a full group of people, but not all of them are going to march, and you're still trying to figure out who your best marchers are, who your best players are, who's going to be who. And this is week 4 now. I was talking to Patrick Hahn. He's one of the directors earlier before halftime, and he was saying we're still trying to figure that out. We're still trying to figure out who those people are going to be. And that's exciting to get to watch them march and just kind of see how the drill is going at this point. It's the first time the band has been dressed up in uniform, partially because some people quit before they get enough uniforms and because of how hot it is. So this is the first time that they've gotten to do that. But first up is the Twirlers, and I will see if we get audio. I'd very much like to, so you could hear the song and watch them twirl. But I'll stop talking now and just let them twirl. Again, the Twirlers. Twirlers are the best of the best in the band. The only way you can be a twirler is if you are in the band. So a lot of times the Twirlers are the ones who march the very best, and they're usually placed at the very front of the drill. our never-ending quest to get good audio of what's going on at halftime continues. We thought we had a solution. Doesn't look like that was the solution we wanted. You could hear the band, but you could also hear a couple of 5- or 6-year-old cheerleaders playing drums on the stands as well. They're the future of Center High School. They'll get their chance on the field. We're trying to find a way to get the audio for the ones that are on the field now. But again, those are the twirlers. Usually the best and brightest in the band, always at the very front of the drill, right behind the drum majors. They're the examples, the ones that you follow. And let me turn that mic down. We're getting a substantial amount of crowd noise. So yeah, the band probably going to have a little bit more of the drill choreographed and ready. It takes a while, especially when you're dealing with around 144 marchers, to get everybody to tell them what they're going to do. And I keep talking to Scarlett, who's right beside me, who doesn't have a microphone. That's her choice. But Scarlett also was a part of the drum line with me in the band and could tell you the many, many stories of practice and trying to get ready to march. And it's just a really long process. But there they go, spread out right there. You can see the uniforms makes this whole thing look so much just better. That right there is Precision Fanfare, composed by a man whose last name is Ray, whose first name I never learned. They'll step off now. As you can see, the diagonals, that's what we like to refer to them as if you're a band person. What they focus on is to have that stripe of the uniform be just right in step with everyone, and that way you can see marching errors a lot easier because of that stripe. The goal is to make it look as straight as possible. Maneuver now to make sure everyone is 5 yards apart. One of the hardest things about being in the marching band is when you turn, a lot of instruments are directional. So the tone and the sound comes out straight. So what you want to make sure is while you're turning that there's not a blare or like a flare when you turn around. So that way it takes a lot of skill, and they're doing a good job of executing that now as they turn to be 2 steps apart. A little bit out of step there towards the middle, but nothing they can't fix. Now each band director has a different style of drills that they like to coordinate. I know Mr. Smith very well. This is one of his favorite things to do, is to take the band and just have it sprawl out across the entire field. He likes to do an 88 every now and then, but this year it looks like we're doing the infinity sign. And just, I mean, with how big the band is, that is a fitting shape. They'll close it up now, 2 steps apart, making one long, only word I can think of is blob right now. All right, here's the new part. This will be the first time they've done this in front of a crowd. That is a very hard thing to execute, what they're doing right there. The band walking into two separate sections. To an untrained person, that might seem like, okay, they're just marching as they always do. These are people facing different directions on different sides of the field. Really hard to keep that in time and make sure you're playing precisely. But they'll close it up without incident. Back into the 2 steps apart straight lines. We'll go into the 3rd strain now of the march. Marches, by the way, you don't call them verses and choruses, you call them strains. Same idea. And there it is. This back half of Precision Fanfare. The first half of the drill, there will be more of it in coming weeks. But that right there, the Center High School Marching Band.
Bulletin, bulletin, bulletin. Bulletin, bulletin, bulletin. Bounds Insurance and Center. Protecting families and institutions for more than 50 years. Now Buster and Carolyn and the staff are proud to bring you Shelby County Sweethearts, the Center High School Chaparrals. The Bounds family has several generations of students involved with the Chaparrals, including this year's captain. Bulletin, bulletin, bulletin. When it's time for quality insurance or the Center Chaparrals, it's Bounds Insurance and Center.
Shelby County Sweethearts, the Center High School Chaparrals. Let's take a moment now to hear from Bounds Insurance.
Yes, not only am I looking for good insurance, but my grandson's making one of those rock and roll gospel albums. I was wondering if you could find me a good place for insurance and a place for him to record his project.
Fortunately, you just described Buster Bounds and Bounds Insurance and Center. What is the best way to communicate to the people that you want to communicate to? You put a sign in your yard. It says, vote for me or vote for my friend. It says, congratulations. It says, happy birthday. It can even say, I love you. For the most important messages, it's the Sign Shop. Find them on Cascade Drive, the Sign Shop, Center, Texas.
This is a Whataburger table tent. An orange and white trophy for your made-to-order burger. It means we cook your meal up fresh. And don't get up, because we'll bring it right to you. So if you're looking to sit down and celebrate the fact that you left it all on the field, we've got your number. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time for Borders Poultry Supply to bring us up close and personal once again with our drum majors.
Greetings. We have just finished band practice Wednesday. People are watching this Friday, but this is Wednesday, and it's going to rain any second, so we got to hurry. But tell us your names.
My name is Brandon Denby, and My name is Damian Horton.
And you are both of you are the drum majors this year. Damian, this is your second time to do it.
It's also Brandon, sir.
And both of you the second time. All right, well, I'll start with you then. What is different this time?
Different this year is we have 2 drum majors instead of 3.
And is that a big difference as far as the way it feels to you?
Not really. It makes it difficult with us, if one of us is not here.
Right.
And we're not able to spread it among 3 of us. But as far as marching wise, nothing much has changed with only 2 of us this year.
Would you say you're having a better time this year than you did last year?
I would say so because, we've had a year, so, we kind of know what we're doing now. And, I'm not saying that we didn't know what we were doing before, but we're more experienced.
But you showed up without any of the nervousness and the trepidation and all that. It's just business as usual. How do you think the band is doing, either of you, overall?
Our band's really young on the marching side of things,
Yeah.
but playing wise, our band plays really mature, especially our brass. So it's been kind of interesting seeing how our band is this year. We have between freshmen and sophomores 127 of them.
Yeah.
So our band is a little bit weaker on the marching side than playing side, but they're still pretty strong.
Today is still mid-September. When is contest?
October the 14th.
So you're a month away.
Yes,
You feel like you're on schedule?
I'd say it's pretty much every year we think we're so close to,
Okay.
there, but we end up making it in the end every single year. So.
Well, good luck, and maybe we'll visit with you after contest. That's the drum majors right there, y'all. You've been watching The Halftime Show, brought to you by Aurora Concepts, a regional leader in medical testing, in vaccinations, and in sports physicals. Their mobile unit brings those physicals and vaccines to schools all over the state of Texas. Also, Borders Poultry Supply brought us up close and personal with a halftime performer. Deb's Boutique brought us the band, Bounds Insurance, the Chaparrals, and East Texas Auto Motor our halftime analysis. We hope you enjoyed the halftime show. The second half is coming up.
All right, everybody, get ready for the kickoff here in the second half. And there's the kick. It's going to be a pop-up kick. Riders going to take it.
And the Riders touch it on the run. And a tremendous return to the 45-yard line on the Tigers' end of the field.
Really good return there by Caden Dixon. That's really feels like the first time he's broken for the open field there. Maybe that will be what the Rough Riders need to kickstart this drive.
Just the spark that the Riders need as they start at the Tigers' 44-yard line on kind of a short kickoff to open the second half, the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff. The Tigers lead the Riders 21-0, and the Riders are looking to start something on offense. So it's a running play. Forward progress gives the Riders about, they're marking them a yard, Keaton?
Yeah. Maybe a yard.
I thought it was more than that. But
I did too, for some reason, but they're marking them a yard, so it'll be second down and 9, and Riders need more than that to keep this going.
Brought down by number 12, Jaqualian Kelly of the Daingerfield.
He ran it up in there behind the guard and got like 3 or 4 and then banged it back out, and they tackle him. Here comes
all right.
This could be a big play here.
Caught, and then the defenders are there to shut it down. But at least the reception was made, and the Riders move inside the 40-yard line. So it's going to be third down and about 4.
Rob, that was well defended by Daingerfield because I thought we were going to have numbers out there. They put 6 in the box and brought what we call a dog blitz, thinking that we were going to hand it off to Dixon and make some yards, but it's going to be third and manageable.
All right, Cash Cross now. Going to hand it to Dixon and look to see if Dixon can get the 4 yards they're looking for. Well, I know he got 3.
Yeah, he's going to be a yard,
yard
solid
and a half
yard and a half, 2 yards short.
Yard and a half short. And so the Riders on a hurry-up offense are going to go for it on 4th down. They hand off to Dixon again. This time, Dixon lowers his head and does what needs to be done, and the Riders pick up a Ray Jones Chevrolet first down, which they don't have very many of those in the game.
It feels like the first time I've seen that. Definitely the first time this half.
All right. On first down, Cross throws to the end zone, and it's well defended, step for step.
It was short.
The defender is there with him.
Cash is just not on tonight. That was short. If that would have been thrown and allowed Wilburn a chance to run under it, I think it would have been 6. But it was short and it was to the inside, and that's where the Daingerfield pass defender was.
After the incomplete second down inside the 30-yard line for the Riders, as they take the opening kickoff of the second half and have a very nice return. This time Dixon goes nowhere. It is stopped in the backfield, and the Tigers defense has shown up tonight and has kept the Riders from executing the game plan that they want to execute.
Yeah, that was number 2, Quinn Webb, senior for Daingerfield. He just came right through the line right there and stopped him before he was able to get anything going.
Loss of 2 yards for the Riders brings up third down and 12. On third down, Cross back.
It's a screen.
And it
they're
looks
going to
like
blow it dead.
something
It's got to be an offsides.
Mm-hmm. And they shut the play down very quickly.
Oh, man, I thought that if that was going to be a screen pass, that was going to be perfectly called because they came on a double. That was what we call a double dog blitz.
First water penalty of the second half, and it's a false start, illegal formation against the Riders.
Yeah, they said that somebody lined up
in the neutral
zone.
Mm-hmm. So the Riders don't need a 5-yard penalty, but they got one.
Yeah, that's just a drive killer right there. Any momentum you had going into that play, I hope it's not gone, but that's typically what happens in those situations.
Third down and 17, and this is where we need Cross to connect. And it looks like it's going to be some movement there, and there is, and a flag comes in again. And that's going to be a motion penalty against the Riders. They were all moving. Oh, and they'll call it offsides.
I don't understand.
Come on, ref.
Let them pull it. I don't know why they blew it dead.
We'll take it. So third down. I know. Why do they blow it dead unless they were protecting somebody? So 3rd and 12 now. A little bit more manageable.
Really unfortunate there because Cash completed the pass.
Yeah.
You need to get a good chunk here. Don't have to get it all.
On third down, Cross back to pass, throwing, looking down in the end zone.
That should be a penalty.
The defender fell down. It is intercepted in the end zone, and the Daingerfield coming out now. Flag comes in, and the return man, the interceptor, gets up to the 27-yard line.
That may be
flag.
That may be on Coach Meeks. I mean, how that was not pass interference, I'm not sure. He tackled the wide receiver.
So we've got a line judge throwing a water penalty in. They're talking to Mr. Whitehat, and they're going to get this sorted out. 9 minutes here in the third quarter, and the receiver for the Riders was on the ground.
He was tackled, Rob. He was tackled by the Daingerfield Tiger defender.
And then the Tigers intercepted the ball in the end zone. So it's Daingerfield's ball, first down at the 27-yard line. And that penalty, I think, was on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
It was because Coach Meeks was going, where's the pass interference? I mean, he was tackled or knocked down. And right there, right in front of the side judge. I don't understand. I guess it was unintentional, contact, I suppose.
So the Riders, for the second time, going towards the end zone tonight, turned the ball over. Daingerfield is going to run the ball on first down, and Lewis looking for somewhere to go, and the Rider defense says, look, we got to get this ball back.
Yeah.
So Daingerfield leads 21-0. And after a 1-yard pickup, now that's more like a defense, shut them down here. Rider defense can get in there and shut them down. 1-yard pickup, second down and 9.
Brought down there by the senior Mason Mayo, who just, came up to the line and just bullied him right down to the turf. It's a really good play.
And Lewis, who's been picking up quite a bit of yardage tonight, that point, nope. All right, on second down. And flag comes in. Numerous flags come in. What a penalties.
That's going to be illegal motion on Daingerfield.
Yep.
Or a false start.
A false start is an illegal motion,
yes.
I would say.
So it's a technical difference.
Yeah, I mean, he was illegally moving, illegal motion, false start.
It's a false start when somebody jumps, and an illegal motion is when somebody makes some sort of move. Okay, they're going to throw the hitch.
All right.
Ooh, got lucky there.
Incomplete pass by Daingerfield, one of those hitch passes, and it comes up incomplete on second down after the 5-yard penalty. Second down and 15.
It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Brings up 3rd down and 15 for Daingerfield. And really, you've seen the second half open with quite a few penalties.
Yeah.
Where you'd think you'd want to come out focused
and one not glaring non-call penalty, which that's what I'm guaranteed that's what got Coach Meeks the sideline violation.
All right,
there we go.
handoff,
Riders gonna stop
and the Riders wrap him up again. So that's Lewis, and the Riders wrap it up. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Daingerfield comes out with a rare punt.
Yeah, I think this is the first time that they've punted.
So 7:55 here in the 3rd quarter, and the Tigers bring their punt unit out. Punter standing on the 15-yard line. 4th down and 9. On 4th down for Daingerfield. Lined up for the punt. Punter has to leap up in the air and pull it in. A spiraling punt that the Riders are going to take at the 40-yard line, and they'll call for fair catch at the 40-yard line, which is where the Riders will start. This time they're going to focus on getting into the end zone. With 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd, Daingerfield leads 21-0.
Hey, but how about that? A defensive stop where we need one at our most vulnerable. They stand up and they're actually able to stop them from doing anything.
Keaton, after the turnover,
Mm-hmm.
the Rider defense able to come in here and say, all right, you're not going to capitalize on this one.
And we'll just keep it here.
Okay. So the Riders will be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line and really need to get in sync on our offense.
Mm-hmm.
2 receivers left, one to the right, Dixon in the backfield. Cross back, looking to throw, having to scramble. He's going to tuck and run, sees where he's got some room to go. And it's Cash Cross to Tiger territory and ankle tackled as he crosses the 45-yard line.
I
So
know
it'll be
I've
1st and 10 to the 44.
Sorry, I interrupted
no,
you.
You're good.
I know I've said this before. Maybe that's the spark we needed for the offense.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the spark we needed for the offense.
Something to get them going. Something excited. All right. Fake the handoff to Dixon, and then Cross is going to keep it and go to the right side, and he takes off. It breaks 2 tackles, and Cross headed to the end zone.
There we go.
Touchdown Riders.
Maybe that was the spark they
Maybe
needed.
that was a spark, Keaton.
Just a really, really great run there. I mean, it's easy to forget. This is a very explosive offense. Haven't seen it yet, but right there, exploding into the end zone. Really great play.
Right, Cash, not particularly crisp so far. We still got a half to play from the passing standpoint, but shows you the competitiveness he's got right there because 2 big runs by him that takes it down the field and puts it in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Called his own number, I guess you could say.
Extra point unit in after the Cash Cross 44-yard run. The extra point is good. The Riders get on the board with 6:56 in the 3rd quarter, and you're tuned to Rider Football on KDET.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Tammy Steptoe is where realty becomes reality. How do you know? Every time there has been a reader's favorite contest of the Light and Champion, they've won it. Whether it's your modest home you're looking for, or maybe a slightly less modest home, or your dream home, Tammy Steptoe has it. Or maybe it's a lakeside getaway or property to start all over. You need to trust the ladies at Tammy Steptoe Realty and Center.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
Kickoff of a new chapter, and Shelby Savings Bank also brings us the Rough Rider kickoff tonight. Shelby Savings and Rough Rider Athletics. Let's get it started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, here we go. Riders kick off, the Shelby Savings Bank kickoff, and they're going to return it. Daingerfield's going to get it to about the 26, 27-yard line, where they will take over with 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. Score now 21-7. Riders still trail, but have some life.
Welcome back to the third quarter as the Daingerfield Tigers get the ball after the Riders get on the scoreboard with 7 points. Daingerfield still leads by 2 touchdowns, and the Tigers are being led tonight by their backup quarterback, number 8, Hampton, who is signed with the Longhorns.
Let's take a quick look at the swarm of bugs that we were capturing with our camera 1. I mean, it's still slightly summer. Fall is not quite here yet.
There's actually one of those bugs in the booth with us. It's a cricket.
Our friendly, we got Jiminy here.
Jiminy. I was going to name him Leon, but I think Jiminy's good.
Yeah. All right. Out of the shotgun, first and 10 for Daingerfield. Handoff coming right. That's Lewis. Lewis is grabbed and slowed and then knocked out of bounds before he can get to the 40-yard line. He'll be close to that first down marker. Actually stepped out 2 yards shy of that, so second down and 2.
Good 8-yard run there by Daingerfield.
Yep.
We want to see less of that, I think, if you're the Rough Riders. Would you agree?
That's right. The Rough Riders come out and can shut this down. On second down and 2, we'll see hopefully a negative play here. And
we do.
And we do. Up. They got to wrap up and tackle. Lewis broke out of a tackle of several riders, only to be slowed and
he lost a little more, I think. But man, we got to bring this guy down on the first contact.
Yeah.
Lost of 3 yards. Then it'll be third down and 5.
Rough Rider on the tackle there, number 21, Cody Atkinson. Not the first Rough Rider to get to him, but the one to bring him down.
Sophomore. Cody Atkinson. Yep.
Bright future ahead.
One of several sophomores on the varsity team. And now third down, we could take another negative play and bring the punt team out.
I like the way you talk, Rob.
So the Rider defense comes in to stiffen up. And back to pass. And the ball is caught, jumped up and caught, and then falls forward for the first down.
We had him. He was cut. He was short.
He was short.
That's one of those where if he would have just tackled him the other direction, it wouldn't have been a first down, but instead momentum.
Meanwhile, the Tigers keep this drive going with a first down at the 41-yard line. 5:41 in the third, and the Tigers lead 21-7.
Yeah, we need a stop or even better, a turnover right here.
Turnover would be great. Hampton in the shotgun. He's got receivers in the game, and he's going to give it to Lewis. And Lewis barrels forward to the 45-yard line. Finally brought down to the 47. About a 6-yard pickup. Second down and 4. And the Riders just don't seem to have an answer to this running game.
It just seems every other play we're either stopping them for no gain or they're getting 8, 9, 10 yards on us, and that's just not a round ball. So you kind of have to play that bounce.
So so hold on just a second. So we need to tell everybody, we need to take a recap. We lost internet for a few minutes.
Okay.
I'm showing that we're back. So for the last 3 plays, tell everybody what happened.
All right, so the Tigers have been moving the ball forward, and then all of a sudden they had a penalty, backed it up. Then they were at had 18 yards, and they got back 3 of them. They're now at 4th down and 5. So 4th down and 5 where the Tigers are. And on third down, the Riders broke up a pass, could have almost intercepted it. And now on 4th down, the Tigers are going for it. 4th and 15. They've lobbed it into the going for the end zone.
All right.
And it's an incomplete pass, and so the Riders will take over on downs.
Turnover on down there for the Rough Riders. One of the first times I've seen a DB go up and actually make a play where there wasn't one. That could have very easily been a touchdown had it not been for him. So kudos to him.
Exactly what the defense needed. So the Rider defense showed up here in their end of the field and kept the Tigers from getting into the end zone. So Daingerfield leads 21-7 with 2.5 minutes here in the third quarter. And sorry for the internet interruption, but we'll keep it going right here. On first down, Cross takes a snap, fakes to
there it is, a 6.
Throws it. And
he just tackled
ball
him.
is caught
Good
on
play
the
by number
run.
1.
well done. And
you know, that's one of my favorite plays, Rob. Play action pass to the tight end. Oh, it's a great thing.
To Colby Lout, who caught the ball on the run, the senior tight end for the Riders, up around the 50-yard line, and actually the Riders are into Tiger territory after one play. Really nicely done for a Ray Jones first down.
So for everybody, our internet pause, we missed a key part of the defensive play. It'll be on the replay because we record these things and we'll make sure it gets posted. But the defense stands up and does what it does. And now we have a big run here by Dixon. He's going to get about 8.5 on the carry. But just to recuperate or to reiterate, Daingerfield have driven down first and goal, or first down and 10, just inside the State Farm red zone. We get a penalty to push them back, get a couple defensive stops, and then on fourth down, an incomplete pass.
Second down for the Riders. Hand off to Dixon, who's trying some room to run. There's nothing in the middle. Then he takes off to the right-hand side and finds some room inside the 40, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line.
This is the Rough Rider offense I've grown accustomed to watching over the last 3 weeks. Hopefully this is a trend that will continue.
And the Riders don't take their time. They get to the line of scrimmage, and here they go. Snap the ball. Hurry up offense. Ball in the air, looking for the end zone. Defender is there, and actually could have been intercepted, but it is broken up. Thankfully, neither man comes down with it, and it's incomplete.
Once again, Cash is just off tonight throwing the football because Wilburn had 3 steps on the play. And if that ball was thrown to the T in the middle of the end zone, then we're playing the fight song right now. And we know Cash can flick it that far.
Second down and 10. Cash is going to try it again. Now we got a man thrown. Ball is caught to the left-hand side.
Touchdown.
Makes a great move and into the end zone. Number 7 for the Riders.
And I've been saying this all night that Cash has been off. That was a professional throw. That was a deep out that he put some pepper on and connected with it.
I think one of the things while I was away on the field, Jake Morris said, I think Cash is playing too much defense. It takes that extra little bit of energy to throw the ball the extra 5 yards, and that might be part of the reason, not on that throw.
So it's a touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Riders close the gap to 7. 21-14, Daingerfield leads. Third quarter, minute 5 on the clock. You're tuned to Rider Football on KDET.
Hi, Rob.
When you need supplies for your poultry farm, remember Borders Poultry Supply on Highway 87 South here in Center. The folks at Borders Poultry are ready to help you with parts for your brooders, chore time and rock cell feeders, and new drinker systems. Do you need a new incinerator? Are you ready for a new litter barn or compost shed? Do you need some updates on your poultry farm? Call 598-6297. Borders Poultry Supply, builders of quality poultry houses.
This is a Whataburger table tent. An orange and white trophy for your made-to-order burger. It means we cook your meal up fresh. And don't get up, because we'll bring it right to you. So if you're looking to sit down and celebrate the fact that you left it all on the field, we've got your number. Whataburger, just like you like it.
All right, we have a Shelby Savings Bank kickoff that we shank. The kickoff goes out of bounds, so Daingerfield will take over. Oh, no, they're going to re-kick it.
Re-kick it. So they're going to back the Riders up and make them kick it again. But, hey, we've got a strong-legged kicker, so that's not going to matter so much.
No, he can handle it.
This time.
Nifty eyes on the oh, no, I guess they're going to rethink it and give it to him on the 30.
Okay, so they are not making the Riders re-kick it. Daingerfield chooses to take the ball on the 30, 1st and 10. We're a minute 5 to go here in the third quarter. Daingerfield leads by 7. And most recently, the Daingerfield offense, the Rider defense came in and shut them down close to the end of the field. First and 10 for Daingerfield from the 30. Hampton in the shotgun, takes a snap, handoff, and there's nowhere for Lewis to go. Now he pushes through. Riders are struggling to get him down. Looks like maybe a 3-yard pickup, Chris.
Yeah, there's nowhere for him to go, but it doesn't matter. He just is so strong that he got 4 yards anyway.
He did.
Brought down by number 52 by the Riders, Morales.
Second down and 6. As Daingerfield looks to the sidelines, get the play in. Snap.
Boom. There we go.
Lewis is hitting the backfield, and the Riders.
Play of the game so far.
Third or fourth time tonight, the Riders have had really good penetration.
Number 15 for the Rough Riders.
Grant Gregory. Worked his way into the starting lineup. Boy, he made that play. How about that, Granddad?
Right. Is that Sergeant?
That's Sergeant.
Is he the son of the Colonel?
The son of the Colonel. That's right. And the Colonel is the principal at Marshall who's playing Carthage. The Colonel is here tonight. That's the end of the third quarter, everybody. The Rough Riders look like they have made it into the stadium, only down by 1 touchdown now. They are dominating the third quarter, 21-14. We'll be right back with the Toledo Automotive Blimp and the Batters third quarter scoreboard. Covington Lumber and Building Supplies is in the capable hand of a third generation of Covingtons. For shingles for your roof, to carpet for your floors, to Farrell Calhoun paint for the walls, bathroom fixtures, and everything in between, Covington's has it, as well as all the lumber you can shake a stick at. Lumber for your home or for other fun projects. You find it all at Covington's.
All right, everybody, it's time for our third quarter scoreboard. So, starting it off, we got Timpson and Watkinson. Timpson still ahead, this time 42-0. Next, we got Garrison and Alto. Garrison up 47-12. San Augustine versus Anahuac, 12-18 in favor of Anahuac. And finally, Tenaha versus ARP. Tenaha up 21-7.
Well, all right. That's our batter scoreboard. The one of the third quarter, and we get ready to start the fourth here.
Meanwhile, in Rough Riders Stadium, the Tigers lead the Riders 21-14.
And finally!
And the Riders get their own turnover by intercepting Hampton.
Now the ball, when Johnson was tackled, the ball
down.
came. I thought he was down, but we're going to see what they call. If he wasn't, it ends up going to end up being a nice game.
To begin the fourth quarter, Hampton is back to throw and has a nice pass across the field, but the Riders are there to make the interception and have a little bit of a return. Officially, the Riders have the ball in Tiger territory, but the referees are talking about it, and then the referees say, nope. The Riders fumble at the end of the play.
Yeah.
And the Tigers get it back.
I mean,
I thought he was down,
his
but
rear was down
his
on
back
the
was
ground.
too, as we don't know when the ball came out.
That's right. We were waiting to hear down by contact.
Yeah.
But
so that's just an awful, awful, awful break. We get an interception and commit a fumble within 3 seconds of each other.
All right, so Hampton tries to hand off.
There we
and
go.
Then he is gang tackled in the backfield. Hampton does not release the ball, is going to run it himself, and then he is tackled by several Riders for a loss of 4 yards.
Charles, it feels like last week in reverse when we came out of halftime, it was like North DeSoto had our offense figured out, and it kind of feels that way with the Rough Riders in this second half.
Right, number 5, Edwards, the Kelvin Edwards was in on that and made that big tackle there. But you're exactly right. We have come out and played an intense game of football.
Third quarter completely belonging to the gold and purple.
Second down and 14. Snap and back to pass. He's looking. Hampton's looking under some pressure, scrambles and just throws the ball, and really throws it out of bounds. Yeah. He had some pressure, some Riders coming after him, and really nowhere to go.
That's such a savvy, mature quarterback play. I would think if I had his kind of athletic ability and I'd only played 5 quarters of quarterback, I'd have took that and run.
Yeah.
But instead, he made the right choice, threw it away. Let's just try that on third down.
Third down and 14. Now, the Riders have been pretty successful in the last few series to force a punt. If the Riders can hold one more down, then they can force a punt. Hampton with a snap. Handoff. They're going to run it, and the Riders are going to tackle them.
It's going to be an
after
interesting
about
call
5
here.
yards.
We're going to have a holding call on Daingerfield.
Yeah, what a penalty down. It is holding. And it brings
I'd
up
move
either
them back.
4th and 10 or 3rd and 25.
I would move them back.
Would you? Is Silver Bullet accurate and lucky as they've been with their past plays, minus the last one? Well, even the last one worked out. We intercepted and handed it right back to them. I'm not sure. That it looks like that's what they're going to do, though.
So it appears the Riders are going to.
Oh, no, they declined it.
Okay, declined it.
So let's decline. 4th down.
9.5.
That water penalty.
You think they're going to punt? You think they're going to punt?
Yeah, they've got to punt here.
I don't know. I don't think they got to. Looks like they're gonna. That's good. So is that the first time we will see their punter tonight?
No, it's the second or third.
Okay.
3rd, I think.
They punted earlier in this quarter while I was away.
No, it looks like they're going for it. No, there's the punter.
No, there's
coming
the
out.
kicker.
Okay.
All right, so Daingerfield brings out their punter, who's standing at the 34-yard line. 10:45 here in the 4th. Low
He
snap.
drops it.
Flag
And
comes
there's a flag.
in. Punter's got to pick it up and run with it.
Oh, that's gonna
Low
be great.
snap. And the Riders make the tackle right around the 44-yard line.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
That's
anytime.
right. We'll see what the flag is.
What a penalty comes in. We're going to check and see what that is.
Well, the good news is, I mean, this is about where we would have had the football if we hadn't had that fumble
That's
call.
true. That's true.
So,
and judging from the Rough Rider sideline, we're okay.
Illegal formation. Penalty's going to be declined. Riders are going to take
No,
over.
I think you should make them kick it again.
All right, so the
Is that what
Riders
Coach
decline
Billy
the
Don
penalty.
would do?
I don't. I've never met that man, but I bet you. Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Riders in Tiger territory at the 44-yard line after the illegal formation penalty, and the Riders declined it. 1st down. Handoff, Dixon. He leans his head over and goes into the middle. There are 3 yards. No, yeah, 2-3 yards for him. 2nd down.
10:24 to go in the game. 21-14. Riders down by 1 with the ball.
All right. Cash cross back, scrambles to the right. Looks like he may want to tuck it and run. Now he's pointing down the field and say, look, no.
No, that's not an interception. That is not an interception. It was out of bounds.
But
Out of bounds.
Good, the officials there to call it.
Thank goodness. But it was a poor choice, and
He should have tucked it and gotten 4 or 5.
it's the one time tonight that certainly the ball bounced our way.
Cross is tucking the ball, looking down the field, and then brings it up, points at one of the receivers, says, here you go.
Man, that was
and
an
as
athletic-
he throws it,
Yeah.
that defender reaches way up in the air and pulls that ball
With
in.
one hand.
With one hand.
But he lands out of bounds.
Yep.
All right. So after the incomplete, 3rd down for the Riders. And now Cross
We're
is
going to
looking
call
at the
a timeout.
sidelines, and center will probably have to call a timeout, and they do. So a little confusion on the Rider offense, so they call a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're tuned to Rider Football on KDET.
Steve Tinkle at Center Tire Company knows time is money, and that's why when you pull into Center Tire Company, it's like a NASCAR pit stop. You tell them what you want, and they're on it fast. Whether you need a set of new tires for your car or truck, a flat fix, or just a tire rotation, you won't have to wait long at Center Tire Company. Name brand tires you know, hometown folks you trust. If it has tires, either they've got it or they can get it at Center Tire Company, 880 Hurst Street in Center.
Welcome back, everybody. We'd like to thank Shell Mooney at Mooney's Emporium. They have a after hours coming up here in about the next week. Can't remember which day, Tuesday or Thursday, where you can go after 5 o'clock and see the new stuff that Shell has in stock. It doesn't matter if it's after hours or during hours. Shell Mooney has the most original gifts that you'll find in Center or Shelby County. Mooney's Emporium. Big moment here, 3rd down and 7, Rob, with the Rough Riders trying to mount a comeback.
Riders had a little confusion. They had to call a timeout. Now I hope they've got regrouped. They give it to Dixon. Dixon hits the middle and just runs into a wall of people.
Yeah.
Gold jerseys and white jerseys.
Yeah.
That's not
and
Dixon's
on
fault,
3rd
is it?
down,
Well, he still picks up 3 or 4.
3 yards. He gets 3 yards. So it's 4th down and 4.
A solid 4.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if Cash would have scrambled and got 3 or 4 on that other one,
Do it
we'd be
again.
right there. Yeah.
Put it in his gut, keep it, and move around that pile, and I think
Yeah.
we'll be all right.
I think that's what we should do, the quarterback option.
All right, fake it, throw it. Ball is caught. First down, Riders, right around the 30-yard line. Good job. Good play call for the Riders and good execution. They didn't go for it. The end zone. They said, look, let's just get a first down. Good call.
Yeah, Wilburn's defender was far enough back to where he could just run to the first down marker, turn around, and have the Ray Jones first down ball on the 29.
Ray Jones first down for the Riders, now at the 30. Handoff, Dixon to the 25 and a little bit more.
Boy, that's a different game tonight, isn't it? With Dixon going 3 to 5 at a time instead of 30 to 50 at a time.
But I think they are scheming to stop him.
Yep, that's right.
5-yard run. Now the second down is a pass. Cash looking for the end zone. Looking.
Oh, wow.
Ball
I think he caught that.
Caught. It is
Wow.
caught. Touchdown, Riders.
Now, if you were watching on the beautiful camera work by Zach Jepson and Zach Payne, you know how amazing that was. But on the radio, that had to be perfect. And it was over the defender and into the arms before he went out of bounds. Cash cross, that made up for any number of bad throws in the first half.
Yep. On that one, he led the receiver
beautifully,
just like you're supposed to. Tied up.
All right.
0-0. It's a new ball game, fellas.
21-21.
Shelby Savings Bank has a brand new look. They're proud of where they've been, where they came from starting in 1981, but now they're moving forward with locations all over East Texas to serve you. Will Lucas knows that he's standing on the backs of giants that had a vision for the financial future of Shelby County. And he and his staff are taking that future into new directions with things like mobile deposits. It's the same bank, new look. Shelby Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So, Billy Don, tell us about Brookshire Brothers.
Well, they got just about everything. Got good produce section, a fine meat market, and oh, that chicken. Winner, chicken dinner. And the pharmacist is great, and the people there make it worthwhile. They always got specials if you pay attention. And that manager, he's a nice fella. And the thing is, you can shop at Brookshire's day or night.
All right, here's the kickoff, folks. We cut Brookshire's a little short. And, they're going to pick it up. Oh, that fortunate play for the Riders. Daingerfield, the ball is like kind of dribbling over to the sideline. The Daingerfield receiver in the back fields it but slips and falls down, and the Riders are going to have them pinned inside the 10 at the 6.
How about that? Well, Payne, we talked about in the first half, the ball just keeps bouncing the white and blue way. So far this half, it's for the most part, gold and purple.
The Riders seem to have had some adjustments at halftime, and things will be going their way a little bit. And then right then, that kickoff could have gone out of bounds.
Yeah.
But the receiver was back there and took the ball. And
or it could have just kind of dribbled right there. I mean,
it could have.
That was a fortunate event for the Riders. So
yep.
We have all the momentum. Let's see if the defense can get a stop here.
All right, so from the 6-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And they test the middle, and there's really nowhere for them to go. A gain of 1 is Lewis, and so
Jackson Parker on the stop. That's number 23.
Jackson Parker has had a player of the game type.
He has. 2 or 3 of those defenders have.
All right, 2nd down and 9 after a 1-yard pickup for the Tigers, who are used to picking up more than that. Rider defense is saying, look,
got to figure
smell blood in the water here.
Dangerfield's going to be looking to Hampton to make some sort of play, so let's see if the Riders can stop it.
All right, Hampton
gives
hands
a quick,
off. And a quick handoff there. That time Lewis breaks free, and the Riders are closing and knock him out of bounds, but the damage is done.
That's
into Rider territory.
55-yard run by number 3.
A delayed handoff, actually a pitch, and that allowed the runner to get Lewis to get up some speed.
I wonder if the defensive coaches were thinking the same thing we were. It's time to dial up number 8. Instead, he held the ball until you wondered, okay, he's fixing to run it, and then pitched it to his tailback around the end, and he really was untouched until he crossed midfield.
They got that thing blocked up nice on the
thankfully
The
for some of the
outside.
speedy Rough Rider defenders, they were able to get to him and
Yep.
keep the touchdown from happening. Dangerfield in Rider territory at the 40. Number 1, as they give Lewis a break, Williams hits the middle, has about 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
Sergeant Gregory again on the tackle.
Sergeant Gregory, I thought he might be playing a few downs, but he's flat won a starting position.
Yes, he has.
Of course, there have been some injuries. We don't have a full roster, and so he might have been brought in to replace somebody. Boy, he has done well.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be going back to Thursday night.
I think I concur.
2nd down and 8. Hampton takes a snap. Oh, it's an errant snap, and he just has to.
Oh.
He's throwing for a receiver on the sideline, but really over his head and just throwing it away.
Heady play, though.
Yeah.
Good heads-up play for the Hamptons part there. 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 9 is what we're looking at. Probably with 7:40 to go in the ball game and a 21-21 tie, the Daingerfield Tigers, who were 21-0 at halftime, probably are going to go for this unless it's a sack or some sort of negative play. Probably the Rough Riders have to keep them away from the 30-yard line, radio folks, where they have to get. And there's going to be a timeout called by Daingerfield to talk about it. That gives me a chance to tell you about the Wiggins Farms postgame show, brought to you by, of course, Wiggins Farms. We will talk to the Center Motor Company player of the game. We'll talk to Coach Meeks in the JBA Financial Coach Talk segment, and we will choose our Dairy Queen play of the game. And now we have some things to choose from. At halftime, our first half nominee was a punt.
Right.
In the second half, things have been moving along a little bit. We'll also pick something to smile about, brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental. And that is all brought to you at Forge on the Square. The Forge Gym is such a good place to work out. Why would you not want to oversee one of the most beautiful downtown areas in the whole state while you were getting into shape? Talk to Dan Collum at the Forge. And what would you say in the first half? It's time to baby your car a little bit at the spa. Get it a pedicure with the tire job and get it clean. You do that at Joe's Car Spa, brought to you by, owned by our friend Reed Grant at Joe's Car Spa on Tennehaw Street. I couldn't think of the Tennehaw Street.
3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. High snap, but Hampton brings it in. Screen pass, and it's caught, and it's run for the 1st down. It just in between several of the Rider defenders, just enough for the Tigers to make a first.
We had a defender there. We had a defender there to stop it. We just could not make the tackle.
Yeah, and so few have been able to tackle the number 3 one-on-one today, so that wasn't a surprise. A good call. That was the right call for that situation. 1st down on the 25.
Still plenty of time, but the Riders do need to try to keep Dangerfield out of the end zone. We know they have an excellent field goal kicker, so
yes, yeah,
probably getting close to his range.
To the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Snap to Hampton. Hand off to Lewis. Lewis coming right. Turn it upfield. And gets to the 20-yard line inside the 20.
Hampton is going to play ball for the Longhorns. I wonder, what about Lewis? He's a senior? Is Lewis a senior? Yeah. Wonder if he's going to play anywhere. He's sure been good tonight.
Yes, he has.
Just inside the State Farm red zone, Chris Mayfield State Farm. Clock ticking down, and they're taking their time getting the right play call.
2nd and 4, and they've done a good job all night managing the clock.
Got to get to the 16.
2nd down, and Hampton is just going to keep it and run to the right. Out of bounds, just inside the 15-yard line, but enough for the 1st down. Keeps the drive going.
Well, I'll tell you what, now's when the rubber is going to meet the road for the Rider defense.
Who have done a nice job inside the red zone for the last couple of drives.
Yeah. They have the ball marked on the 14-yard line, although it looks like the marker's closer to the 15. I think they have misplaced that, but anyway, 1st down.
Snap, give, and Williams is in there now running, is tripped up.
Caden
as
Dixon.
He crosses the 10-yard line.
Is that Dixon, number 32, that made that stop? Went low, stopped it.
Well done. So about a 4-yard pickup.
Halfway,
Second down and 6.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, 21-21 tie. But with the Tigers in the red zone threatening to break that tie with their first score of the half if they're able to convert it.
Riders have stormed back and then had Daingerfield pinned deep. It's going to be a quarterback keeper.
Boom.
And the Riders swallow him up.
Boom. Boy, no chance. Who was that was draped around his shoulders before he was able to even turn up field?
I know. There was a wave of purple and gold, and it just swallowed up Hampton on that play.
I think that was Cody Atkinson again. It penetrated and caught him from behind, bringing up a big 3rd down and 7, Mr. Payne.
3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. 5:20 in the ball game. It is tied up 21-21. Tigers are not in a hurry. This is the opposite of the Riders, who have a hurry-up offense. Tigers have 5 seconds to snap the ball.
It's obviously a huge play right here.
They do get it off. Throw it into the end zone.
Good well covered.
Good job. You can. I don't have the number of the
number
defender
16,
on that.
I believe.
16 for the Riders. Jacaden Rogers reaches out and knocks the ball away, which could have been a touchdown, and brings up 4th down.
It was a well-run slant, well-thrown slant, but they got it done, didn't they?
So what are they going to do now, fellas? Are they going to call a timeout?
You talking about
what are the Tigers going to do? Are they going to go for it? Are they going to? They're not going to kick a field goal. It doesn't look like.
I don't. You mean go
but
for the
I'm pretty sure they could if
break the tie.
If they were to try the field goal, it would be a 30-yarder, and they're judging from those extra points, they could make that. So I don't know. I don't know that they've decided.
No, I mean the field goal kicker's not out there. They're calling.
The offense is there, which means they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
On 4th down and 7, 8, and.
Well, here's the play of the game.
This is the play of the game right here.
All right, they're going to put it in the hands of number 8.
Oh, we stopped him, baby. We stopped him.
Smothered him.
The number 8 keeper, the quarterback, the Rider defense shuts him down.
Mason Mayo with the play of the game so far.
Makes the stop. The Rider defense holds, and the Tigers turn it over on downs, and excitement on the sidelines and in the stands as well.
I have a philosophical question for you, Rob. If it turns out to be the play of the game, is the player that makes the play of the game the player of the game? Or at least could he be?
Yeah,
absolutely.
In theory, he could be.
Yeah.
We'll just pair them up. Absolutely. All right, so Cash Cross hands off to Dixon, who weaves his way around into
what a
he's going to break loose.
Oh, that was so close. Number 10 for Daingerfield, because if he doesn't tackle Dixon, it's over. I mean, it's gone. He's gone.
Mason
Dixon
Williams
with an 8-yard run, and now he's going to top it off with another 5 yards for a first down for the Riders. And Dixon refuses to go down here to the 25-yard line.
5 yards at a time. 5 yards in a cloud of whatever comes out of artificial turf. Those black dots.
Rubber.
Yeah. A cloud of rubber. It just doesn't sound the same.
First down for the Riders from the 25-yard line after keeping the Tigers out of the end zone. And Dixon squirts through, and
30.
Dixon puts a speed on, and the Riders just broke the tie.
That's what we've seen over and over again for 3 weeks, and it took them till 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this one for the big, long score. Great stuff.
75-yard touchdown run from Caden Dixon. Well, the Riders blocked it up. Dixon squirts through in the middle, and they never touch him again. Here in the fourth quarter, the Riders have broken the tie. That was 21-21. Let's look for one more point as the kick is up. And the kick is good. It's a 28-21 ball game, and it's time for the defense to get back to work. You're tuned to Rough Rider Football on KDET.
You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trips. Fun things to wear when you go outside. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping and clothes for all year long, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place of East Texas.
It was 28-21. Daingerfield scored 21 in a row. Rough Riders scored 28 in a row back. It's been a tale of two halves as the Rough Riders kick off left to right, radio folks, wearing their gold jerseys, purple pants, and there's the kick.
A nice end-over-end Shelby Savings Bank kickoff, fielded at the 10-yard line by the Tigers, who breaks through some of the defenders, spins around, and finally falls to the 45-yard line. So a really good return by the Tigers.
And that's that number 3 again, Rob.
Yep.
He was hit. Yeah, Lewis, he was turned parallel to the ground, and then when gravity brought him down, his arm and ankle kept him from hitting the ground, and he sort of somehow or another rotated like that for another 7 or 8 yards. That was pretty impressive.
Yep. So the Rider defense, now the onus is on them.
To keep the Tigers out of the end zone 4 minutes. Tigers have an offense that they've been working the clock. Now they need to go ahead and, if they're going to get in, they got to get in. 28-21 Riders. Hampton back to throw, defender in his face, and throws out of bounds.
Who was it that got back there?
Jackson, number 23, another good play. Yeah, he had about a second and a half before.
Jackson Parker.
Parker, yeah.
Yeah, Jackson Parker was in his face.
I'm telling you, Parker is making a play for player of the game. I mean, of course, with Mayo and Parker and Atkinson, we're starting to see the guys that are.
Incomplete, second down.
Oh, nice lick!
Who's that?
That's got to be Atkinson.
Shut down.
Oh, yeah, but that's
flags come in.
Atkinson's going to pay for it because he made a beautiful play, absolutely shattered the running back, and then stood over him and flexed his muscles. And so even though that's going to be a great loss, it's going to end up being 15 yards for
that's unfortunate.
The Tigers. Yeah, with 3:46, they'll mark that off with no time passing. That's hard. I don't know, though. That's hard not to be excited about. It wasn't. He didn't say anything awful. He didn't gyrate wildly. He didn't run and go jump in a red bucket. He just stood over and went raw like Muhammad Ali did.
I'm wondering if there might be. There's clearly going to be one on us. I'm hoping that there's going to be one on them too.
Two water penalties came in. Now the referees are talking about it.
Yeah,
and we'll get the call.
There was a moment there where I thought they might change their mind.
Coaches. They want to talk to the coaches.
Oh, we got lucky on that.
So the ball's bouncing our way. Woo. 2 penalties, but that's right. Down counts, and that's correct. It was post-possession, so
yes.
They'll do it again, and the Rough Riders end up getting the benefit of the big hit.
Yeah, so 3rd down and 14. It's just hard to that was what Cody did was
exulting in the hit.
Well, but it was spontaneous and it was not a
But it was
deal.
Spontaneous at a man on his back on the ground.
Well, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, but it wasn't ugly, it wasn't gross, it wasn't necessarily uncalled for.
3rd down and 14. Hampton back to pass, throwing left. Ball in and out of the hands of the receiver. A little bit high off his fingertips. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now, it's interesting here. Do they go for it?
Yeah, I think they almost have to.
All right, 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
They have stopped us. They haven't stopped us lately.
But they have no timeouts.
4th and 13, and there's no movement of the offense going off the field. You think they're going to go time?
Let's look at the timeout situation.
Yeah.
We showed them still having some. I don't think they've used all 3.
So 4th down.
There's there we go. It's going to be 5 more.
And then there's a penalty.
That's going to be a false start.
Penalty comes in. 3 different flags come in. False start against the Tigers.
We're still showing them with all 3 timeouts, but the scoreboard's showing them with none, or neither team with any.
So I have each team has called a timeout.
That's right. Okay. So I think it's 2 and 2. I think that's what my memory is.
Okay, so 4th down, back to pass. Hampton looking under some pressure. Guys are in his face. It's completed, and
It's a short
First down.
pass, but
Short
they're gonna,
pass,
Oh,
but then
my
he-
gosh.
Off he goes, and the Rider defenders can't get to him to tackle him.
4th and 19. The pass was a 9-yard pass,
If
crossing
that.
pattern. And the one Rough Rider defender had a shot, but it was a moving shot at a weak angle. So it was really just well done. And first down. The coaches will say that's a missed tackle, but I think that's just a really well done play.
No, you just can't let them convert on that like that.
First down, Tigers inside the Rider 45, and now running
That's
on
gonna be a
first
loss.
down.
Yeah,
And it's going to be lost about a yard.
What?
Atkinson again.
I'm looking forward to asking the question, what did we do different at halftime? Because the running lanes have just not been there. Now, number 3 has created some things with his powerful legs, but between the tackles, it's been pretty slow going.
Yes, not like the first half.
Not at all.
Adjustments were made.
Yeah.
Yep. Ball just inside the Rider 45-yard line.
I also feel like we've woken up. I really feel like we were sluggish in the first half.
Snap, Hampton back, looking to pass. Hit as he passes. Ball is coming down.
And flags everywhere.
come in. Rider going for the ball. Another flag comes in.
Now, the Rough Rider that was chasing the ball, I think it was Cash Cross, was looking over his shoulder at the ball and just cleaned the clock of the receiver who was basically defenseless, waiting for the badly underthrown ball. And so it's going to be pass interference, but the guy that's guilty on our team had no idea he was fixing to do it.
It's 15 yards and first down.
Yeah. So it won't be spotted there like it is in the NFL, but still, I just
But in high school, normally, isn't it a 10-yard penalty?
No, it's 50. I think it's at the spot of the foul if it's less than 15.
Okay.
But if it's more than 15 yards, it's a 15-yard.
And that's what they were talking about. So that's why this is a first down for the Tigers just around the 30-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Rough Riders going to use a timeout.
And the Rough Riders call their second timeout with 2.5 minutes to go in the game. And we'll take one as well. You're tuned to Rider Football on KDT.
Martin Kennel Inn Center and Nacogdoches has been boarding and grooming pets for over 30 years. Martin Kennel and Grooming continues to grow and improve daily while treating your family pets as they would treat their own. Martin Kennel now offers large animal care at your location. That's right, they offer experienced assistance for your livestock and peace of mind for you. With many years' experience, you can rest assured that your pet will receive the attention they need. Give Martin Kennel and Grooming a call in Center at 936-244-1930. In Nacogdoches, call 936-560-3643.
Are you looking for a residential, lake, commercial, acreage, farm, or ranch property? This is Alma Jaimez, part of the home team at Town & Country Real Estate, and we have over 50 years experience in selling beautiful East Texas and are now licensed in Louisiana. I would love to assist you with all of your real estate needs, so please call me at 936-488-9988 or come by 114 Nacogdoches Street on the square in downtown center. Hablo español.
Everybody, welcome back. Chris Walton can set it up for us.
It is first down after a pass interference penalty. The ball is 29-yard line. Daingerfield has 29 yards to go to tie it up. On the run, Braden Lewis gets the ball. He's hit about 3 yards into it and dropped, loses his helmet, that's his helmet. So, again, hard to run up the middle.
They're going to give him about 2-3 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. Why do they stop the clock?
I'm not sure.
There we go. It's started back.
Lewis's helmet came off at the end of that run as he was being tackled. All right, they got the clock started again. 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers. Hampton, snap, and going to keep it and run. Head right up the field. Still on his feet. And up close to the 5-yard line. Hampton is where he makes it. 1st and goal for the Tigers.
It's real possible the Riders are going to have to score again to win this one.
Yep.
I was hoping they'd keep them out of the end zone, but they've had a little bit of help from penalties and a really good 4th down play. Hats off to the Tigers. 1st down and goal, ball between the 5 and the 6.
For the Tigers, just inside of 2 minutes now in the ball game. Tigers are trying to get in the end zone and tie it back up. Rider defense has an opportunity to keep them out, create a turnover, handoff.
Oh, Rider's
and
nice
there's nowhere
play.
for him to go. That's Williams, maybe a yard. Second and goal. Atkinson and Mayo in on the stop.
I want to say that I just came back in from being outside working the camera, and the energy out there is insane. Just everybody on their feet whenever they get the opportunity. Really fun environment right now.
All right, second down.
Of course, Daingerfield wants to take as much time off the clock as they
do.
can.
They do. Got a man in motion. There's a snap. Handoff again. Riders are
there
and shut him down for a loss. A yard or two. Number 5 for the Riders makes a stop. That's
we're under a minute.
DeCalvian Edwards makes a really nice stop for the Riders. And third down.
We're under a minute to go, 43 seconds. Could be third down.
43 seconds, that's right. The Riders' defense has bared their teeth with 2 downs to go for the Tigers. Hampton, high snap, brings it in, throws, ball caught.
Incomplete. He dropped it.
Ball came out. Well done, Riders. A good hit, and the ball came out. Fourth down.
Oh, my gosh, man, how fortunate were we on that. That was a beautiful slant pattern put on the money.
But a good hit.
And a good hit. And it dislodged the football. Going to set up the play right here. This is it, folks. 25 seconds to go in the ball game. Fourth down and goal.
That's right.
At the 9. And it looks like Daingerfield is going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. We'll get back. Man, some nail-biting action right here. Coach's sons were quite prophetic in their.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. And that's what we got. So we'll be right back.
At Rough Rider Oil and Lube, they understand 2 very important things. First, you and your family spend a lot of time in your vehicle, so you need to take good care of that vehicle so it can take care of you. That's the specialty of Rough Rider Oil and Lube, protecting the engine that gets you where you need to go. Second, Rough Rider fans, they deserve the very best, so you're always welcome at Rough Rider Oil and Lube.
You know, I'm hungry. What is there to eat around these parts?
Well, this is Texas, so you're probably going to want some barbecue.
Barbecue, you say?
Yes, and the very best you can get's at Yardbirds. You just pull on up to the drive-thru window. When you get there, you tell them what you want. They got good stuff.
Do you think that would be good with some scones and a spot of tea?
Nah, you better leave that in your purse. Get you a beer or a soda pop.
Yardbirds, Tennehaw Street.
All right, everybody, here we go. Fourth and goal. It's time for Rob Payne, the voice of the Rough Riders, to make this call, baby.
25 seconds in the game, 4th and goal. PA announcer Locke has the folks in the game. Hampton back to pass, looking under pressure, just lobs the ball out, and the Riders intercept.
There it is.
So the Rider defense once again shows their teeth, stiffens up, puts a lot of pressure on Hampton. He can't get the ball away, and in desperation lobs it out. Riders come down with it.
Number 23, Jackson Parker, makes the play.
So now with 15 seconds, Riders can take the victory formation, take one snap. All right. So the Riders call timeout, and it's their third one. With 15 seconds, the coach is going to congratulate them and say, now go out there and snap the ball and kneel on it, and you win the game.
I'm going to go ahead and make the nomination for the player, the Center Motor Company player game, to be Jackson Parker.
Right then. Right then.
It's play of the game and also cumulative. I mean, this is, we call 23's number time and time and time again. Cody Atkinson with big hits. Mason Mayo with big hits. I mean, I think we need to interview Mayo as well. I think, guys. And then, I mean, it's just Cash Cross.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Played, I think, didn't play his best game in the first half, but came out and got us going. So, I mean, we need to mention that. I mean, what a huge victory here. Riders down 21-0 at halftime. Stormed back and scored 28 unanswered points now that we are 2 victory O's away, or 1, from getting the victory here.
All right, 10 seconds to go in the ball game. The Riders take the final snap of the game, take a knee. The Riders trailed in most of the game, brought it back here in the second half, and win 28-21. Center Rough Riders over the Daingerfield Tigers. And that's our final score from here tonight. Stay tuned for the Wiggins post-game show.
What is the best way to communicate to the people that you want to communicate to? You put a sign in your yard. It says, vote for me, or vote for my friend. It says, congratulations. It says, happy birthday. It can even say, I love you. For the most important messages, it's the Sign Shop. Find them on Cascade Drive, the Sign Shop, Center, Texas.
Father, for lunch today, I would like a salad.
Father, for lunch, I'd like one of those American cheeseburgers.
I'm a vegetarian.
Cheeseburger.
That's what I need. Ice cream.
Oh, when everyone in your family thinks they're royalty, take them someplace where they can all get something good. Dairy Queen.
Steve Tinkle at Center Tire Company knows time is money, and that's why when you pull into Center Tire Company, it's like a NASCAR pit stop. You tell them what you want, and they're on it fast. Whether you need a set of new tires for your car or truck, a flat fix, or just a tire rotation, you won't have to wait long at Center Tire Company. Name brand tires you know, hometown folks you trust. If it has tires, either they've got it or they can get it at Center Tire Company, 880 Hurst Street in Center.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Wiggins Farms post-game show. We're going to turn it over to Rob Payne to give us a quick recap.
So a tale of two halves, Mr. Shires and Mr. Keaton Watlington. In the first half, it was all Daingerfield. First quarter, they scored with 5:31 with a 22-yard run from their from their quarterback of the game, who led the Daingerfield Tigers most of the game. And then the Daingerfield scored twice in the second quarter, and our halftime score was 21-0. Riders make some adjustments and come out, and it's all Riders in the second half of the game with three scores, and then towards the end of the game, 21-21, Riders go in on a huge run, and 28-21 at the end of the game. Daingerfield threatening down at the end zone, and the Rider defense decides they're not going to get in and shut the Daingerfield offense down, finally harassing the quarterback and intercepting the last pass of the game. With 10 seconds left, the Riders take a knee and win the game 28-21.
All right, very good. Thank you, Rob.
Now it's time for something to smile about.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Shires.
And we're gonna hit. All right, everybody, something to smile about. I'm going to smile about the Rough Rider radio team having the Zacks on the cameras doing great work, having you, the voice of the Rough Riders, Rob Payne, with us. Wish we could twist your arm and get you coming back on the road, and of course Keaton Wallington with the color and the description of the band stuff is just. I mean, it is. I don't know what a radio or this is TV now, so maybe it's Emmy award-winning stuff.
I'm really the first person to ever trailblaze this kind of entertainment. You know, it's a science, and I'm really a scientist when it comes to it. So thank you.
All right, that's what Wyndham Family Dental, something to smile about. Let's
Thank
see,
you, Counselor.
Is Chris? Are we ready to go, Chris?
All right. We can have our break, and when we get back, I should be ready.
All right. We're going to hear from Wyndham Family Dental and we'll be right back.
Herbie.
Excuse me?
Herbie, my mouth hurts.
What?
My tubes in my mouth.
Oh, you have a toothache.
Yes, a tubes ache.
Well, you need to take that toothache to Wyndham Family Dental. If it can be done in a big city practice, it can be done at Wyndham Family Dental.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Everybody, welcome back to the Wiggins Farms postgame show. It's time, Rob, for us to decide our Dairy Queen play of the game. We already heard from Dairy Queen, but we didn't get the play of the game.
And there are numerous. I mean, we've had a really nice long run, a 75-yard touchdown run.
Yes.
Could be the play of the game. But I think I want to say defensive. Right at the end of the game, the harassment of the quarterback, number 8, at the last play for offensive play for Daingerfield. The Riders were there with Jackson Parker to bring him down, keep him from completing the pass.
Yes.
I want to say I'm nominating that as a Dairy Queen play of the night.
You're going to nominate that. I'm going to go a different route.
Okay.
I'm going to go – I got 2 possible plays, both by Cash Cross. One was the big run to get us on the scoreboard, to get us off the snide and get us going.
Yep.
And the other was this beautiful – but I've been talking about how Cash had been kind of off in his passing game all night. And then he hits the big pass play down here in the south end of the end zone where it was just perfect because, you know, he had to get it, drop it in before we ran out of the back of the end zone. So, but I want to go – my nomination is going to be – and we'll let Keaton decide.
That's fine.
But my nomination is going to be Cash's first run, that first run in the second half to get us off the snide and get us going.
All right. Keaton?
You know, I'm gonna say both. I'm in a winning mood today. We're all winners here.
All right, that's very good. So both. So now we're going to go because Chris Wallington has coach. So Chris, take it away.
Well, Coach, this was a story of 2 halves, if there ever was one. Talk me through both of them.
As you can play, and we played a lot better. You know, I think early in the game we had a lot of people that wanted to win the game. We didn't have many people that really wanted to play the game. And you know, that's not a very good recipe for success.
Yeah, that don't work.
No, sir, it does not.
That's the way the Lions were about 5 years ago. Tell me, what happened at halftime, though? There was something definite that changed, and surely it wasn't just attitude.
Oh, I think it's 100% attitude.
Really?
We were lackadaisical in the first half. We were doing what we were coached. Chris' job, and there's 11 guys out there. You got to trust the guy beside you is going to do his job, and you can't do somebody else's because then when you do that, you haven't done yours. And they moved the ball up and down the field on us, and luckily, I think the plan of just trying to keep it from us. So they ran a lot of clock and far away from us. So we at least kept them to 21 to where they were within reach. But then the second half, our energy level changed, and it's amazing what happens when you just play the game with excitement and a lot of energy. Good things happen. We still didn't play perfect, but we played so fast and we played with a lot of energy that good things happen.
Pretty good half to have right before district starts.
100%. So really, really good for us mentally, especially defensively. Because the second half we played really well on defense, and so we need that going into district, and so they're really big from here on out.
They are. Thank you, Coach. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, well, that's JBA Financial that brought us that. Rob, tell us a little bit about JBA, and come on back down here, and I hope to have our player of the game.
The Coach Talk on KDT Radio is brought all game long by JBA Financial. John Black knows a thing or two about leadership. He was a Rough Rider coach himself in the 1980s. So he and his staff at JBA Financial take pride in providing financial leadership and advice for their clients, both here and in Longview. All right, now it's time to head back down to the field to Chris Watlington and our Center Motor Company player of the game.
Center Motor Company player of the game. Well done. And you earned it in the second half. The whole defense did. What changed between first half and second?
We had a good conversation with Coach Meeks, and it should have never went that far. And
was it a conversation or was it more a one-way kind of thing?
It was a one-way kind of thing, but we needed it 100%. And he always gets us fired up for the next quarter, and we're ready for it.
But it seemed to me like something else besides his attitude was there. He said not really. Between the tackles just wasn't available in the second half.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm just so glad and excited, man.
Tell me about the excitement. Try to put it into words. 4th down. One of the best athletes in the state has the ball, and your guys make the play. Talk me through that.
It just, you got, no matter who's got the ball in their hands, just got to go hard all plays. And I'm waiting for this.
I mean, being player of the game?
Yes, sir.
You're kind of excited about that. Well done, sir. Looking forward to seeing y'all in the district.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be there. Carthage up next.
Hey, Wallington, we lost a little bit of that.
Back up to you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you very much. And that's Jackson Parker, player of the Center Motor Company, player of the game. We'll be right back after this break.
The inventory, and if you don't find exactly what you want, he'll find it for you. Ford and Center Motor Company, going farther. Wiggins Farms. You know, they call them the watermelon family, but the product from their farm when the melon's just a baby, all the way through to the harvest to your table. It's the juiciest, best melons available. Wiggins Farms, hat not included. Keep your car running with Rough Rider Oil and Lube, and find it when you need it at Bob's Pawn and Gun Shop. Shelby Veterinary Associates, because your animal is part of your family. And Center Tire Company on Hurst Street.
Everybody, welcome back to the Wiggins Family Farms post-game show. It's time to do season verses. So we'll start with Keaton Watlington.
You know, because of how drastically different the halves were, I think we kind of had our own little mini season verses. We see that when Daingerfield is playing on all cylinders, they can dominate the game. And we've seen that when Center was playing on all cylinders, they can dominate the game. For that reason, because it was 2 halves of domination and we just happened to score a little bit more than they did in that half, I'm going to say 6-4 on the year. That's me, 6-4. What about you, Rob?
9-1. I just think the Riders had a first half that was just off their game. But watching what the Riders were able to do, where they shut down Daingerfield in the second half and scored all the points, 4 touchdowns, that just shows me that maybe Daingerfield can eke one out. But no, 9-1. Shires?
I'm with you. I would think 8-2 or 9-1 because I feel like we came out sluggish. I think we gave. It was a pretty good beating last year to Daingerfield up there, and so I really think we're the high school players. They just think, well, we're going to win this thing, and and they came out and didn't play well in the first half. And I agree with Coach. I don't think there was any great strategic decision making in the change of the second half. I just think we just executed, and I think we have more folks, and it's still kind of warm, and so yeah, I think 8-2, 9-1.
Okay. All right, Mr. Wallington, what do you think? Season versus
7-3.
Okay.
Unless we play, if we start the season away, then it would be 7-3.
Okay.
One of those two.
Right. Very good. All right, so we had season versus kind of all over the place there. Counselor, your thoughts about the game? Final thoughts?
Like I said, I really hopefully this is a lesson that we can learn, or a learning experience that when we play a team, we need to come out and have the intensity like we did in the second half. Do that in the first half all the way through, no matter who the opponent is, whether it's Carthage, whether it's Van, whether it's Canton, whether it's Brownsboro, Rusk, or whomever it is. We need to come out and play. I mean, I felt like in Tatum we played in intensity throughout the game, and I thought we did a pretty good job in Spring Hill. We saw in the third quarter last week, I felt we had a little drop-off in here. I felt like we had a whole half of drop-off. So the guys have to understand that we have to play full bore for 4 quarters. Otherwise, we escaped this one, right? I mean, we're down 21-0, and we come back and we see what we can do. We see what we can do when we have the intensity level, and so I want to see us do that. Hopefully, we learn hopefully it's a lesson that we learn even in victory.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Wallington, let's look ahead. District, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We begin district next week, and that's important. Canton is towards the bottom of the district standings, but I mean district game, and they actually won some games at the end of, or pushed some people they weren't supposed to at the end of last year's district season, so can't look past them. Here I think is going to be the big over-under, though. We are going to time how long it takes us to drive from Center to Canton, and then we're going to time how long the game lasts and see which one lasts the longest, the trip or the game.
Huh.
It's very rare when a district game might not go, predictably. So long way to Canton, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right, folks, that does it for the Wiggins post-game show. We'd like to thank our pregame.
Keep your car running with Rough Rider Oil and Lube, and find it when you need it at Bob's Pawn and Gun Shop. Shelby Veterinary Associates, because your animal is part of your family. And Center Tire Company on Hurst Street. If you're eating a fresh watermelon, one that's fresh from farm to your table, well, chances are you're eating a Wiggins watermelon. Wiggins Farms. Tastes like home. Three-point shot. It's Red Bulls takes it to the house. This has been a presentation of the Rough Rider broadcast team, brought to you by Watlington and Shires Productions.